The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
I like the rock and roll music and I like to dance the cha-cha-cha. I like the rock and roll music and I like to dance the cha-cha-cha. I got the mambo fever and I like to sing-a-ling. I like the rock and roll music and I like to dance the cha-cha-cha. I like the rock and roll music and I like to dance the cha-cha-cha. I like the rock and roll music and I like to dance the cha-cha-cha. I got the mambo fever and I like to sing-a-ling. I like the rock and roll music and I like to dance the cha-cha-cha.
I'm gonna. Whoa! Where's Jazz and Dave coming from?
You're crossing the streams.
Crossing the streams. I'm going to tweet the link to where you can buy that song. I've just bought that on Bandcamp because we're going to play it so much. I'm just playing it from your mum's bed. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. This is the Late Night Alternative. My name is Iain Lee. Her name is Catherine Boyle.
It is.
Sam is through there. Lots of special things coming up throughout the weeks. I've got to say, on Monday's show, the first hour will be sung. And what that means is I will be singing, Catherine will be singing, Sam will be singing, I will have music and I will have beds. Some people, you can do it Acapulco if it's hot and you want to take your clothes off, and your calls will be sung. Now, I seem to have confused people on Twitter by saying that this is what was going to happen, right? And I said, so if you want to send in music for that show,
your own backing tracks, yeah.
But then I've had loads of people saying, "Oh, can I send you my music then?" What for? Well, I make music. No. Well, I mean, you can if you want. Here's the thing: I'm probably not going to listen to it. Because I just, I'm not very good at that, and so no. But then there's this Polish guy who's been messaging me. Can I? So I've said, he said, "Hey man, I'm an executive producer, stroke musician. I have some music to share with you. What's the best way to get my music played?" As a result of this tweet, and I've gone, I don't really know. We're doing a show on Monday where all the callers have to sing. I think the message may have got a bit lost. His reply is, "Can I email you some of my music then? I have singers and rappers on my tunes." And I've replied, okay. And now he's asked for my email address, so I'm just going to ignore him and hope he goes away. Like the rent collector knocking on the door back in the 60s and the 70s, I'm going to hide behind the sofa and hope that he goes away. So that's Monday, okay? What's happening to my voice? Hang on a second. Something's going on. That's better. Tonight, Before 11 o'clock, you're going to hear the interview with the brilliant Nerina Pallot. And I'm pleased to say, I'm not surprised, but I'm relieved. Her new album is stunning. I listened to it on the way into work. Oh, it's absolutely brilliant. There's always that thing when you get people in and they've got a new album,
especially when you really like them.
Yeah, but people make stinkers sometimes. Some people make. Every artist has made a stinker at some point in their career, or they will do at some point. She's yet to put a foot wrong. I'm relieved to say her new album is absolutely stunning. So we'll play that before 11, and she does a couple of songs for us, and she's just hilarious and wonderful and charming. And I think you're going to fall in love with her, and I'll tweet the link to pre-order her new album. I also thoroughly recommend Year of the Wolf, which is a couple of albums ago, and it's just produced by Vernon. It's just stunning. I've bought a copy for you, which is getting delivered at some point.
Amazeballs.
So that's happening, and at midnight, I get a golden envelope which will reveal the show's listening figures. It's unbongoed until midnight. I have no idea if they've gone up or down. I know we're only starting on 43. I'm hoping we can reach the dizzy heights of at least 129. But here's the thing: I will be handed an envelope at midnight, and God damn it, my fingers are... if it's less than 43, if we've gone down for a fourth set of Ray Charles in a row, I'm hanging up my headphones and...
Giving the 40 quid back.
And I'm going to be a trainee barista.
Uh-huh.
Not the legal one, the coffee one. So that is happening. 0344 499 1000. Regular callers, thank you, not tonight. We do this every now and then. And every time we go and do it, I always think, oh, God, maybe the well is dry. But I'm hoping that we've got new listeners. I'm hoping that you are a new listener. Tonight, it's one of these things we do once every 3, 4, 5 months. And it seems like a good idea when I say it or when I tweet it, and then when I'm actually sat here in the studio with a blank switchboard, it suddenly doesn't seem like such a good idea. But... tonight, dear listener, it is new and newish callers only. It's kind of a vague term. So new means you've never called me before. You've never phoned me up before on the radio. 0344 499 1000. Newish means I would say you've called 3 times or less.
Yeah, I was going to say maximum 3.
Yeah, I think that's nice. Or maybe okay, there is a slight caveat. So maximum 3. But, or maybe you called me more than 3, but that was like 10 years ago. So you haven't called me for 8, 9, 10 years. Perhaps you were a regular back in the day. You'd be very welcome to call in this evening to try and ease yourself back in. So it's new and newish callers only. You've never called before. You've called me here 3 times or less, or maybe you used to call me a long, long time ago. 0344 499 1000. And for those of you who don't know how this works, who don't know how a phone-in show works, it's dead simple. For a start, the phone number is probably free for you. It's probably included in your package. If it's not, it will cost you pennies, okay? And what will happen is you will phone up. I tell you what we'll do. This is what happens. I'll show you. So you dial 0344 499 1000. You press dial. And this is...
Thank you for calling Talk Radio.
Hello.
Calls are charged at your provider's national rate. Your call will be answered shortly. Thank you for holding.
Okay. There we go. Yep.
Hello, Talk Radio.
Hello, yeah, can I speak to Iain Lee, please?
Yeah, of course you can. What's your name?
My name is Iain Lee.
Okay, what I'll do, I'll give you a call back in 2 seconds, and then I'll put you through to chat to Iain.
That's fantastic, thanks very much. And that's what happens. It's that simple. And then that's Sam, he's a nice lad, he won't bite. He phones you back and you come on. And, this is unlike any other radio show. I'm going to go out on a limb now and say this. I've been saying in this country, right? But in the world, I'm going to say it's unlike any other radio show in the world, in as much as Me and Kath will sit here talking about nonsense. I'm going to look through the papers. I've got some stories from the papers. We'll probably talk a little bit about Big Brother, because, maybe it's a sign of getting old when you say, but I don't recognise any of them. And I'll talk about some, silly things that have happened to me today. So you can listen to what we're talking about and go, oh, yes, I want to talk about Big Brother. Or, oh, yes, I think Yo Sushi is too expensive. Or whatever, because it is. Or maybe you've got something that's nagging away in the back of your head that you just think has been missed so far on national radio. 0344 499 1000. I've just found a pen that's named.
Oh.
Can you guess which talk radio host's name is typed and sellotaped to this pen?
I can only think of one person who would do such a thing.
Go.
Is it Julia?
No, it's Penny Smith.
Oh, good old Penny.
I've got Penny Smith's fragrant pen. So, we're going to go through the papers, but what we're going to do now is we're going to give you 6 silly things to call in about. Sam, put your headphones on and open your microphone, because you're going to help us with this. I'm going to do one, then Kath's going to do one, then Sam's going to do one, I'm going to do one, Kath's going to do one, Sam's going to do one.
Whoa, what are we going to do?
We're just going to throw out topics, okay? And I know we haven't thought of anything, and we haven't done anything, so let us have a think of 6 silly topics. Okay, I've got one. Have you ever broken your a bone in your parents' body? There we go. Ever broken your mum or your dad's bone somewhere? There we go. That's a great one!
on a similar biological vibe.
Yeah.
Because my eldest has lost a tooth today.
Whoa!
What body parts have you got stashed?
Oh, mate. We've all got, haven't we, the first haircut somewhere in I've got a little baggie.
Yeah.
Okay, this is 2 cracking ones. So, broken your mum or dad's bone, body parts stashed. Sam, what you got?
What was the name of your favourite toy or teddy bear when you were a child?
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. What was yours, Sam?
Mine was a Donald Duck, little cuddly toy.
But what was it called?
Donald, funnily
Was
enough.
it?
Yeah.
I had... My favourite one was Scruff, because my mum made it and she didn't put enough stuffing in. And 40 years later, Scruff is still doing what needs to be done. He's protecting little boys in their beds. But I had another one. I had a really good one. And he was... looking back now, I can see he was a panda. But I called him, as children do, Teddy the Badger.
Oh.
Teddy the Badger. Of course, we know badgers don't exist. They are not real. They are figments of the eye. But I called him Teddy the Badger. Okay, so we've got 3 topics so far. Ever broken a mum or dad's bone? Body parts you've got stashed. Fave teddy bear. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. You
I just thought of one, yeah.
Go on.
Well, my birthday's coming up,
Yes.
and of course on your birthday, your mum always goes into too much detail about how you got here.
Yes.
Your birth story.
Do you really want to go there?
Yeah.
Here comes the sun.
No, not the conception.
Oh, okay. So
Most people don't know that, and lucky them, they don't lie awake at night.
Kath's mum and dad did it to Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. We're going to call it your origin story, because then it makes it sound like a superhero.
All right,
There we go.
yeah.
We'll have that. Okay. Let me come up with one. We've done body parts. Here's one. Have you ever, when you're having sex with your partner, have you ever pretended to be someone famous?
What?
People do that. I've never done it.
In your own head, or letting them know that?
No, out loud. So you go, right, tonight, darling, could you be Angelina Jolie and I'll be... I can't think. I'll be Trevor McDonald.
What, like pervy stars in their eyes?
Yeah. This is good. And see, I'm the genius. I'm the raw genius. You're the production talent. I've come up with the phoning. You've smoothed
I polished the turd. Yeah.
What did you call it? Pervy stars in your eyes.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. Sam, we're looking to you for one more, please.
Okay. How about any nicknames that you have, or maybe one that
I love it,
like you've given to someone and it just happened to stick?
What I love it. What was your nickname at school?
I have a load of friends who call me Jojo. Because it's a random story that goes back to, Mojo Jojo from the Powerpuff Girls.
Technically, I don't know Mojo Jojo from the Powerpuff Girls.
So, 2 of us were always seen together, so one just became known as Mojo. And
I love it.
I was Jojo.
0344, thank you, Sam. This is excellent. We should do this more often. 0344 499 1000. These are the topics that, and we'll talk about other stuff as well. Have you ever broken a bone in your mother or your father?
Does dislocation count? Because I can tell you one of those stories.
Oh, yeah, that counts. Body parts you have stashed, your favourite teddy bear, your origin story, pervy stars in their eyes, and nicknames. Dear listener, this is a great one tonight. 0344 499 1000, the late night alternative on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee. Unfiltered night talk with the original king of unconventional conversation on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Here we go. Oh, here we go. This is a lovely text from Ollie. Hello, Iain and Kath. Who the hell was the artist who closed last night's show? Magical Field Recording. What is her name, please? Been listening to the show since May 2016. I phoned him once and played Japanese music on a straight-to-air, so can't call tonight, sorry. You got certificates, man. Ollie, you can call tonight. One anonymous call, yes. That was Nerina Pallot, and we're going to play the interview with her before 11 o'clock, so you'll get to hear 2 songs from her, so we need to do some maths as to how we're going to make that work. Let's dive in. Davey!
Good evening.
Good evening, Davey. Are you new or are you newish?
I am a newish listener, and it's a first-time call.
Hey, nice one, man. How long you been listening for?
I'm trying to think back. It's probably been a few months now.
Hey, wicked.
It has been a few months.
How did you find us, Davey? Because let's be honest, Talk Radio is, it's kind of hidden away.
Right, okay. Sad as it may seem,
yeah.
Night shift worker.
Yeah.
On my nights off, I'll sit and fire up my PlayStation, put my stereo on, and put the headphones on.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky enough to have a DAB radio.
Oh, mate. So were you just flicking through it?
Well, I retuned it one week because I wasn't getting a great reception on some of the stations, so you've got to retune it now and again.
Yeah.
And this one come up, Talk Radio, and I thought, oh, we pop at that. And I'd heard, trailers of Iain Lee, and I thought, it can't be the same Iain Lee that used to do the Channel 4 TV show with Daisy Donovan.
That idiot, yeah.
And, if he was in a date, he's transformed himself.
Mate, listen, you said that was sad. There's nothing sad there's nothing sad, right, about grown-up adults, men and women, on their nights off, staying up playing video games and listening to the radio. Honestly, the video games are a completely legitimate form of home entertainment these days. And everyone that says, "Oh, you shouldn't be playing games. You're a grown man." Oh, get stuffed. No, what are you playing at the moment, Davey? What's the game you can't put down?
I'm actually playing a FIFA 17 manager.
Beautiful.
Mode.
And how you doing? Are you winning? My mum would always say. My mum would always say when I was playing games on my Dragon on my BBC Micro, she'd go, "Iain, are you winning?"
Oh yes. Well, I say that in everyday life. Even when we're in the workplace, I'll walk past people that have got a tough night ahead of them in the workplace, and I'll say to them, "Are you winning?" And there's a level of sarcasm and irony in there. They're sort of backs against the wall in what they're doing.
Yeah.
But, hey, whatever.
Do you know what? That's going to be my catchphase tonight. Are you winning? That's a great line, isn't
I used to have a friend that used to say that to me all the time.
Are you winning? That's a lovely line. Well, Davey, you listen, I'm so glad you found us, and God bless you for having to retune your DAB. What have you got for us tonight?
It's been what do you call it? An unintended masterstroke. Because
I had one of them once.
For as grim as everyday life and work life and what have you can be, every weeknight that I can tune into you guys, yourself and Kirby Cass there.
How has that become a thing?
Outrageous.
It is an absolute, complete and utter escape for the grim reality of life.
That's what we're trying to do, man.
It takes you somewhere where you can laugh at really, really stupid things.
Yeah.
And you don't take everything too much to heart.
Oh, mate, you've got it. This guy understands it. I love it. Davey, have you called in about anything in particular?
Only for the fact to let you know that I'm a recent sort of listener.
Bless you.
And I'm a first-time caller, so it gives you a wee ratings boost, hopefully.
Well, let's hope so, man. We need everything. We've only got 43 listeners.
Well, you can put it down as 44, and that's just my age.
Davey, before I let you go, because I think Kath was out when you said this, can you just say headphones again, please?
Headphones,
no,
man.
Say it as you say it.
I've got my headphones on.
There we go! He's got his headphones on. Davey, lovely to talk to you, mate. Thanks so much.
Superb. Thank you very much. Keep up the good work.
Ta-ta, man. Take care. I fancy a game. I hate football.
Yeah.
But I love the FIFA games, not the management side of it, but I love playing FIFA, and I hate football. FIFA's a blooming good game. Really good game. Me and my mates would have the best tournaments. We'd play for like 5 hours through the night, imbibing all kinds of things. And, I never forget one night my mate, I'll tell you after this.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We're going to play Nerina, because I've been talking too much. We'll play Nerina Pallot after 11 o'clock. We come back, I'll introduce it, and we'll play the interview. And she's hilarious, she's funny, there's a lot of talk about a pregnant cat, and she plays 2 songs, and they're absolutely wonderful. It's new and newish callers only, please. So, 3 calls or less. If you've made 3 calls or less to me while I've been at Talk Radio, you're very welcome. Or if you've never called me, you're very welcome. Or if you used to call me years and years ago at one of the other places, then you can give me a call now. We'll go into the papers in a bit. Here are the questions we've got so far. Have you ever broken a bone in your mum or dad's body? Serious injuries and dislocations, of course. Maybe you've blinded your mum by accidentally poking her eye out. Body parts you've got stashed. What was your favourite teddy bear? Your origin story. Pervy stars in their eyes. What was the one that someone suggested on Twitter?
Stars in their thighs.
Thank you.
Thanks, Daniel.
Nicknames, and of course, the question of the night. Are you winning? 0344 499 1000. Good evening, Dan.
Hello.
Hello, Dan.
Hello, Ian. How are you? How lovely to get through to someone on the radio station. I tried ringing a podcast the other day and they wouldn't let me on.
Here's the beauty of this show, right? We will, whenever I get a new producer or when Cass going away for a few weeks and someone will come and stand in, I always say to them, they say, right, what do you like? How do you like this? I say, right, whoever phones up, put them on. Even if they would not even if on your other shows they wouldn't normally get on, put them on. And that is the way this show is, we put everybody on and it's a pleasure. Dan, you've never called before, have you?
No, I haven't, and it seems that this is the home of free speech.
It certainly is, sir. It certainly is. I'm going to run through... This is how it's going to work tonight, Dan. And you're lucky you've not called in on the singing special on Monday, because...
because we would force you to sing.
We would, if anyone speaks during that first hour, unless it's a rap, then they are booted off. They are booted off. Right. So I'm going to ask you a series of questions, Dan, and okay. You answer them as honestly as you feel like. Have you ever broken a bone in your parents' body or seriously injured them?
Yes, my mum.
Have you? Oh, flipping heck! I thought we were going to go. Go on, what happened?
Well, I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't do it on purpose. But,
yes, I should hope not.
I went on holiday and she had to take over my paper and she slipped and broke a bone in her foot.
No! Oh, yeah. God, by the way, that's a great phone-in. When have your parents filled in on your job for you? Because they do that, the paper round. That's brilliant. Well done her for doing it, but sadly she's a muppet.
I know.
Did you get told off for that, Dan?
No, I didn't, bless her. I got back and I saw she had her leg in plaster and I just felt so guilty. It's unreal.
We're laughing at your poor mother. That's awful. Have you got any body parts, yours or anyone else's, stashed around your house?
Yes, I've got my children's teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good.
We all have, haven't we?
We all have, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I wish that when I had to move her into the home, and it was up to me to clear the house, and I found it so daunting and so upsetting that I just chucked a load of stuff and I paid a company, a company came and paid me 250 quid and they cleared everything out, all the furniture and all of that. And, I threw away so much, Dan. I threw away, birthday cards that I'd made for my mum and...
It's awful, isn't it?
School exercise books and all this stuff. Because when... You sort of, you're in your 20s and your 30s, you think, I won't need that stuff again.
Yeah.
But then I'd love to have all that stuff now and just be able to show it to my boys and terrible.
Ian, create some memories with your boys. You were talking about video games earlier on. Get yourself Rocket League and play it with your boys.
Oh, that's a great game. For those who don't know, that's the game where you're playing football in a car, isn't it?
Oh, it's
brilliant.
awesome.
It's brilliant.
I play it with my 7-year-old, and he loves it. And we can sit there and have we form a team and then play other teams on the internet.
And here's the thing, right? There'll be some people going, make some memories by playing a video game, but, right? Of course you do other stuff, and you climb trees, and you go out and play tag and water pistols and stuff, but I laugh so much with my kids when we're playing games. We just laugh, and it's that wonderful joshing. They always they're into their Lego video games. Dad, we're stuck on a tough bit. Can you come and help? And I go, yes, I am the master at video games. No, you're not. You've asked me to come and help you guys. And we do all of that teasing and stuff, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
It is wonderful. It is wonderful, and it is a memory builder. You sit there and laugh with your little boy playing Rocket League. He'll remember that for the rest of his life. He will say, I remember when I played Rocket League with my dad.
OK, we'll move on to the next question. The name of your favourite teddy bear, please?
Well, it wasn't a teddy bear, it was a monkey. It was called Jacko.
I had a Jacko.
I had a jack off, but that's...
Now,
hello?
Now, Kath comes from Bedford, doesn't she?
Well, yeah, I live round there now.
But she's from Manchester.
Oh, is she? Oh, right. Okay.
She never mentions it.
Shut up.
I thought it was a Bedford thing, because, I come from Bedford.
Hang on.
Was yours a chimp? Because mine was like a chimp in dungarees.
Are you saying that only monkeys in Bedford, or Bedfordshire, were called Jacko? How can that be a county thing?
I think Jacko was from Manchester, actually. I had him before we moved. But yeah, he was a chimp with dungarees on, and I think probably inspired by Bubbles.
That's what mine is.
Yeah.
Mine is a chimp with dungarees, and he's called Jacko.
Separated at birth.
Maybe it was the same Jacko. Maybe that's where he went.
Does he have the moving eyes when you're sort of lifting back and his eyes sort of like move on their own?
I think so.
Wow. That's spooky, isn't it?
Do you not? I always felt a little bit guilty that I had a favourite teddy and that the others were my least favourite. I mean, I chucked them all away as well, another thing I chucked. But I always felt guilty about that.
Well, when I was little, I used to have all my toys in bed with me, like, the whole time, and I would have a tiny bit of bed myself, to the point where I'd have my jigsaws in bed with me as well.
What?
Like, it was nuts. It was proper nuts.
God.
And now my youngest does the same thing. It drives me crazy. It's like that scene in E.T. when he hides in the teddy drawer, and you're looking for the actual child in there. But yeah, it's a weird thing. I used to feel terribly guilty about leaving the toys out.
0344 499 1000. Explain it now, Kath. Explain the origin story, because I don't really understand.
Well,
it.
on my birthday,
yes,
and any old time when I give my mum grief, to be honest, she tends to go into excessive detail about how hard it was to give birth to me, and just how damaged she was by the whole experience, like physically damaged she was by the whole experience. So I just wondered whether anyone else has gone through that and what they'd like to get off their chests.
I don't think I've got a birth. I don't know what time I was born.
Don't you?
No, I think it was in the evening, but I don't know. I don't.
I was 9:15.
There you go. Because my mum waits for the precise moment on my birthday to say, right, now it's your birthday.
I don't want to remember the time I was that close to my mum's vagina. If I'm honest, I don't want to dwell on that image.
I understand that. I know exactly what my mum's vagina looked like as well.
Oh, hey!
She tells me. She always says, oh, this is awful,
Bit
by the
near
way.
the knuckle. Well, sorry, that was inappropriate.
She always says to me, don't you tell me I don't love you. I'm like a patchwork quilt down there because of you.
Flipping heck.
Disgusting.
Right.
No wonder I warped.
Wait, now this is Dan. We're going to enter the bedroom area. Have you and a partner ever pretended to be someone famous whilst making love?
No.
Okay, good. Some people do it.
She might have pretended I was.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
But she wouldn't have told me.
Nicknames at school, please?
Christ.
That's a good one. Would you have holes in your hands? Was that it? The thorn of crowns? Crown of thorns? There it is. There's the monkey! There's the monkey!
I've got a picture of Jacko.
Is that right? Describe it. See if it's the same one that Dan had.
I'm pretty sure it is. I think it's all the same monkey. I think that he got around.
Go on, describe it.
Well, he had, like, plastic hands and feet and face, you know, flesh-coloured ears and face and hands.
Yes, and
a soft body.
Yeah, and a frizzy black head.
Yeah.
Well, was the manufacturer's name Jacko?
I wonder.
Then? Maybe it was called Jacko.
Well,
that could be, yeah.
Because that's too much of a coincidence.
I never known why I called him Jacko. Well, that was just his name.
No, nor do I. He was just called that. I had him from being very little. Carol's just sent me a tweet saying, I had a Jacko.
It's got to be the...
Someone needs to get a picture of this.
Desperately seeking Jacko.
Did Kath retweet it? Retweet it.
I have, yeah.
Right. And the final question, Dan. Are you winning?
Oh, yes. I think you and I are both winning at the moment.
I think we're doing all right. I've got my fingers crossed, though, at midnight. At midnight, we get I've just been told, actually, it's just popped up on my screen, that G4, the security group, not the pop group, they are in the building with the sealed envelope that has my listener figures... in from the current Ragers, and there are two burly gentlemen with a briefcase handcuffed to both of them, and the envelope is in there, and I'm not allowed to open that until midnight, and we find out if we've gone up or down.
Ian, apparently, if they have gone up, it will be like the rising of Lazarus. That's what I heard today.
This is we're going to keep our fingers crossed. Miracles can happen. Dan, it's a pleasure to talk to you, mate. Thanks for the call.
And you, Ian. Take care.
Tutty bye. 0344 499 1000. I like doing these new and new-ish callers nights. We've had two new voices, and it's such a thrill, right? You know, I've got no idea what the listening figures are, but I do know that we get more calls than any other show on this station, and I'm eternally grateful for that. But it always amazes me when we take a punt and go, right, let's try and get some new voices in, that it works. And people call in. Thank you. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. The first caller mentioned that he had to retune his DAB, and he found us because he retuned it 3 months ago. If you're listening to us online at talkradio.co.uk, or you've downloaded the smartphone app, if you've got an Apple, what do they call it? iPhone, that's it, yes, or any of the others, go to the iTunes store, the store, Google Play, Talk Radio, and there'll be an app. It's black and red. But you can also listen to us on DAB, but you might need to do a deep retune of your radio. 0344 499 1000, and we're trying to find out more about that Jacko doll.
I've just been sent a Jacko update.
Please do, while I drink my rhubarb drink.
This is from Carol, who also has a Jacko. She said, look, on eBay, it's a 1960s Chad Valley monkey. It was called Jacko Monkey.
Go. Well, then I'm
not so special after all.
No! It turns out there were loads of them. Here we go. You can text us as well. 87222, 25 pence plus your normal charges. Start your text with the word talk. Technically, Simon, this doesn't fit in. This is his girlfriend's mum that he injured. And I'm going to change one of the words, because we don't use that word anymore. I'm going to change it to common. On my 19th birthday, I blew out a This is such a good story. On my 19th birthday, I blew out a tray of flaming sambucas.
Classy.
And burnt off my girlfriend's mum's fringe. Her common nephew tried to fight me as a result.
Two things that make me laugh. The whole idea of the sambuca's going... But also, I burnt my fridge on a Bunsen burner. That moment where you can smell hair and realise it's your own, it's quite frightening.
Smell of hair and that crackle. It's a strange, very strange thing. I like Big Brother. I don't know why they don't. I used to co-host, I used to several of the shows. And it dawned on me tonight, they don't even ask me on as a guest anymore. Don't even ask me on as a guest.
I do?
Well, I don't know. But I do like Big Brother. So when I'm now about to knock Big Brother, but it's not sour grapes. It's not sour grapes. The lineup for Celebrity Big Brother this year is pish, isn't it? It's awful. Or maybe that is, I've crossed, last time Celebrity Big Brother was on, I was 43. Now I'm 44. Maybe I've crossed that line. Helen Lederer is wonderful, and she's the nicest person. She's great. I've got a real soft spot for Paul Danan. I know him a little bit, and I texted him when we were watching him, just saying, you won't get this for ages, Paul, but I'm enjoying watching you on the telly. It's good to see you looking so well. Paul Danan is one of the nicest people, and do you know what? Several times he's put his hand out in friendship to me, and I've been feeling down, and so didn't respond. But he's a really good lad. The rest of them, bloody hell. Barry from EastEnders, again, nice guy, but...
Akora.
Akora. Karthik. Mummy, I feel Karthik.
Stop it.
It's just... But he was like The Apprentice like 3 or 4 years ago, wasn't he?
Wasn't he here? Wasn't he when we were watching it here?
Oh, God, I don't know.
I don't think he was on that long ago.
OK, Amelia Lilly.
Yeah, she was on X Factor or something.
Right. Brandy Glanville.
Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Chad Johnson.
Apparently The Bachelor. I had to look him up.
Gemma Lucy.
I think she was on one of them beach programmes.
Do these names mean anything to you? Jordan Davies? Marissa Jade?
Oh, I know what Jordan Davies was on.
Yeah.
This really sort of cheapo version of Love Island called Ibiza Weekender. He was like the gigolo.
Sandy Bogle?
Gogglebox?
Sam Thompson?
No.
And Trisha Paytas?
No.
You know why they've got Trisha? She's a YouTube vlogger, and they do that because they want to get that audience,
all those people with
that
the hits.
crowd in. And Sarah Harding, it really is because normally they have a big, so there's a big American star, Brandy Glanville. Then
I'm guessing
because normally they have like a movie star, a movie star that's not made a movie for 10, 15, 20 years, but they have a movie star.
Or you have someone like Coolio,
yeah,
or that boxer who didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Or it wasn't Nick Nolte, was it?
No, it wasn't Nick. Oh, Nick Nolte. No,
that would be brilliant.
It was the fella from Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah,
I can't remember. That Gary Busey on.
Yes. You normally have someone like that who's massive, and who hasn't really watched it and doesn't know what's coming.
Yeah, exactly. I'm very disappointed. Let's go. Oh, look, it's Slough, and it's Gerald. Evening, Gerald.
Evening, Ian. How's it going?
It's going very well. How is Slough? I grew up in Slough.
I know. I'm fully aware.
Is there a blue plaque for me, Gerald? Have they got a little blue plaque?
I'm petitioning as we speak.
Oh, may God bless you for that. Whereabouts in Slough are you?
I'm Langley, just down the road from where you are.
My mother was the secretary at Langley Grammar School. Last time I went to Langley was about 3 months ago when I did my CBT training, and we had to ride our motorbikes to Langley.
In Monson Car Park.
Yes, it was in Monson Car Park, but the car park was too full, so we had to drive to Langley to do it.
Oh, yeah, it's always full there now in Monson Car Park.
Monson Car Park, right?
Everyone who works in the town hall parks there.
This is a very, very niche phone-in, right? But we'll do it, okay? Because right, Monson is the big old sports centre in Slough, right? Big old sports centre. I used to go swimming. A huge car park, right? I've not been to the car park for ages, and I went there for my CBT, and it was rammed, and it can hold, I don't know, let's say 300 cars. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's free to park in there, Gerald.
I know.
That is nuts! They could make a fortune. But everyone, because it's about a 20-minute walk into Slough Centre. The problem with that, 15-minute walk into Slough Centre. So if you work in Slough there, you can just walk, or you can just get the train into Paddington from Slough. So everyone parks there for free.
The unfortunate thing, though, there's nothing really in the town to go for. Even Marks and Spencer's is closed.
Do you know what, mate? You're right. I took my boys to the Empire Cinema there earlier this week. Was it this? Yeah, Monday maybe. And I walked through the Queensmere for the shopping centre for the first time. It was heartbreaking. It's all different, isn't it? It's all mobile phone shops
and Asian clothing, that sort of thing.
Well, here's the thing, right? It's less Asian clothing in Slough than it used to be, because in the 70s and 80s, it was a huge, Pakistani and Indian and Bangladeshi community. Yeah. But it's interesting to see the trend. It's now more Polish. It's gone more Polish.
Yeah.
But I used to work in that Queensmere. I used to work in the HMV in the Queensmere.
Did you? Yeah.
There used to be. Marks and Spencer's has closed down, the best cut through from the Queensmere to the high street.
I actually worked in there.
Did you?
Yeah, Marks and Spencer's, yeah.
Well, there we go. That's tonight's Slough phone-in, guys. Tune in, same time tomorrow for more of that. What you got for us, Gerald?
Nothing really, just a new caller. I've been listening for about a year now, and I've always thought about ringing in, but I never get round. Well, not I don't get round to it. I don't.
Well, no, you don't fancy it.
I don't have the cojones, but I thought I'd have a go tonight.
Oh, bless you, mate. Thank you. Okay, so you've been listening for a year. Let's assume it's exactly a year. What were you listening to, or what were you doing a year and a day ago? What was your normal evening procedure?
I'm going to confess.
Go on.
It was TalkSport, I'm afraid.
Hey, no, this is brilliant. Have we got you over from Jason and Andy?
Yeah, in TalkSport's defence, they do have some good light-hearted shows where it's a bit more, funny.
Yeah.
But I just don't like the serious side to the sports, and I got a bit fed up of that, where people just moan and just about how much someone earns and stuff. It gets a bit boring.
Plus, Gerald, let's be honest, there's not enough slough talk on there, is there? Slough, then and now, every Monday, here on Talk Radio.
Well, say no more.
Well, well, listen, I'm glad you came over to the dark side, and you know, and we appreciate it. And here's the thing, you know, this I'm not doing when we do these new and newish callers. It's not in any way to bully anyone, and I get loads of people emailing or tweeting saying, "Oh, I want to call in, but I don't have the courage," or "I should call in and support you." No. Call in when you want to call in. You know, I would never bully anyone, and if no one called in, we could still do a show. But it's just nice.
That impression, but I just maybe thought I wouldn't keep up with conversation, or I don't know. But I'm just as entertained as listening to everybody talking.
Nice one. What school did you go to? Then did you go to Langley?
Yeah, I went to Langley Wood. Did you know Langley Wood?
Oh, a bit rough, that, isn't it?
Well,
I was a Herschel Grammar boy.
Oh, was you?
There we go.
I've played football there. That's as near as I've got to it.
Gerald, it's nice to talk to you, mate. I really appreciate you calling in.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate. Bye-bye. 0344 499 1000. Always nice to score one over on the TalkSport boys. Always nice.
He was nice, wasn't he?
He was nice. And guys, I'll do that. If it gets us more listeners, I will talk about car parks behind sports centres in any town in this country. if you feel we're not but it's nuts. It's free to park there, and I've never seen a free car park. So if people, poor sods going to use the swimming pool, there's nowhere for them to park because it's all
commuters.
What's great about Montham is there is a big mound about 30 feet high outside it, and it's an ancient Saxon burial ground.
It's a barrow, is it?
Is that what it's called?
I think so.
And so they can't do anything with it. They've got to leave it there. But I remember as a kid, when we go swimming, one of the joys was to climb up this thing and then run down. There's a groove worn down where all the kids would run down really
There's that
fast.
moment when you're running down where your legs start to go without you you wanting them to.
Love it.
You're out of control.
Sloop John B.
How you doing, big man?
I'm doing very well. Now, how many times have you called us before?
3. This is my 4th. So if I'm not eligible, then I'll put the phone down.
You're in.
I won't slam it yet, but
okay. This guy. Let's just because I think Kath may have missed some of the beef here.
All right, go on.
This guy.
Yeah. Is this the one that bought a phone so he could slam it down?
That's the gentleman.
This is the one who's.
But there's a twist.
We met your son.
You did, but the problem is I've injured my back. I'm off work, so I can't slam anything at the moment.
Oh.
Yeah, but no, but listen.
So no matter how much we provoke, you can't do it.
Listen, hear me out, though. Hear me out.
We're listening to you, man.
Listen, I've got a character, and I'm going to lead you in. That will all be done, but guess what? You were talking about Jacko the monkey, right?
Yeah.
I've got one in my house. It's my mum's. Yeah. And the little boy that you played tag with, it scares him to death. Oh, Iain.
Like father, like son, isn't it?
Oh my good. Is that how it's going to be?
You tell me, buddy.
Listen, dude.
You're the big man on Twitter. You're the big man on Twitter. Oh, I'm going to buy a phone and slam it down on you.
Listen, let me tell you something. On Monday, I'm calling in to serenade Kath with Hotline Bling by Drake.
Oh!
How about that?
Oh, my.
But listen, don't tell Vriska, because my wife will kill me.
And then she'll kill me.
And then she probably will, yeah. But listen, Kath, should I tweet you some pictures of Jacko?
Oh, God, I was wondering what you're going to tweet me.
No.
You can do, but it's making me miss my old monkey, so to speak.
Which monkey?
The actual Jacko.
Oh, the actual Jacko. Oh, listen, I can give you pictures. By the way, Iain.
Hello, mate.
You playing those chicken sounds now. Guess what, mate? It's on. And I literally have got this character. I'm going to slam you so hard.
All right, can I just say one more thing to you, though?
Yeah, go.
Up yours. He's been saying for ages, I'm going to slam I bought a phone, I'm going to slam it down on you and put you in. He's been bad-mouthing me on there, bad-mouthing me on the rabbit hole, bad-mouthing me everywhere. And yet when P came to S, he simply could not deliver the goods.
Outrageous.
That's how powerful a man I am. Good evening, Matt.
Oh, yeah?
Hello, mate. How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, good.
What you got for us, boss?
Well, I'm sort of encouraged by the new and newish callers thing.
Lovely.
Similar call to the previous one, or the one before, at least.
Slough car park?
Tesco's, actually.
Oh. Well, the thing is, because there's I think, doesn't Slough have, like, the biggest Tesco's in Europe?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm Southern. I'm Kent-based.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realise. You're okay. Well, fine. We'll save that for the next Slough talk.
Slough then and now.
Slough then and now. Matt, how long you been listening to us for?
Well, probably about a year or so.
Oh,
so
same as.
Similar time to your caller before.
And you from TalkSport?
No, I can't. I was listening along, thinking I don't know how I managed to find it, but I did. And I've got to say, I watched your Periscope last night, and you know, hearing you give yourself a hard time about listeners and stuff, but this show is such a sanctuary for people. It's absolutely incredible. I'm a Samaritans volunteer, and hearing how you deal with vulnerable people with issues, people with all sorts of like rubbish going in their lives.
Yeah.
How sensitively you handle it. You and Kath, it's quite phenomenal. Like, you've got such a strong bunch of people that call in.
Well, bless you for saying that, Matt. How long you been doing the Samaritans?
About 3 years.
And you know, my mum was a Samaritan for a while, so I know that there's only so much you can say. But how are you finding it? Because it's hard work. My mum only did it for a few months, and then she said, "I can't take it anymore," because it was doing her head in. Because you are hearing people right at the edge, right at the edge, and that's hard work for you guys.
It can be, but there's an awful lot of light there as well.
Yeah.
Like, to give someone the freedom to talk and the safe space to just discuss what's going on with them. And obviously, it's hard to do with friends, family, that sort of thing. You see them every day, and there's always that people want to help, and to talk to someone that's not going to try and help for you and offer you solutions per se, but just to go, tell me what's going on for you. Tell me why is things so hard and things like that. It's but it's just what you provide with this show, man.
Well, I wouldn't put myself in your league, but I appreciate you saying that, Matt. Thank you.
No, honestly, it's really good, and fingers crossed the listeners are up, because long may this continue.
God bless you, Matt. Thanks for your call, and thanks for all the work you do with the Samaritans. It's good stuff. You're saving lives, Matt.
No worries.
Thank you, mate. Take care. Ta-ta. Samaritans are brilliant. 116-123. It's free phone. And it's anonymous. They don't know your phone number. You don't have to give them your real name. Quite often they use a different name just to protect themselves. You can say anything. You can hang the phone up at any time. It's brilliant. I've called the Samaritans. There's been a few times where I've just felt I remember walking in the woods after a terrible, terrible day, and I was in floods of tears, and I was thinking I could hang myself in these woods now and no one would find me for ages. Perfect. So I phoned up the Samaritans, and it was like squeezing a spot. It just released the pressure enough that I could get home, clean myself up, phone a friend up, and 116-123. Thank you, Matt. Very kind words indeed. Okay, so, because we talked so much, we're going to play Nerina Pallot after 11, but we'll introduce it after the news. So don't phone in for a bit. You've got about half an hour or so, 35 minutes, I'd say, to relax and enjoy what is an absolutely delightful interview. Some of you might be going, that Nerina Pallot, that name rings a bell. She had a couple of big hits, Sapphire, and I can't remember what it's called. Everybody's gone to war, but I don't know what they're fighting for. Dun, 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 could be so lonely. Love is a gun, I guess we're all sober. If down in the bound, I guess it's all over. I don't wanna die. Whoa, oh. She sings it, I'm going to be honest, a little
bit better than that.
A little bit better
Just a bit.
than that. But she's released some of...
It's called Everybody's Gone to War.
Yes. Yes, it is. It is.
Just in case you didn't recognise it.
Yes, it is. She has just released some of the most beautiful albums. It's so funny. People like her and Imani Coppola, who I think are just so talented. And a lot of their work, I think, slips through the net.
But what is brilliant is they're marching to the beat of their own drum, right?
Yeah,
they're not chasing trends, and they're not trying to keep up with anything that's... They're just doing their own thing, and so it ends up being quite timeless, I think.
It ends up being brilliant. Yeah, it really, really does. She's got a new album coming out in October. She came in and she chatted, and it was delightful.
She brought a guitar.
She brought a guitar. I said, I brought a guitar. I didn't know if you wanted me to sing or not. Some places don't want me to. And fanboy me is going, yeah, well, you can sing if you want to. Oh, it was stunning. I was literally sat a foot and a half away from her, and she's playing, and this voice, you'll hear her speak, and she sounds, it's a small voice when she speaks, but when she sings, it's just cavernous, you know. Wow. So we'll play that in a bit. You are listening to the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio. I'm Iain Lee.
Talk Radio.
Silly nonsense. Thank you for that. Don't phone in for a bit now. Put your phones down, because we're going to have a lovely interview in a second. So I've got nothing to say, because normally now I would give out the phone number, but I'm actually actively saying, please don't phone in. Yeah.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
So it's new and newish callers only this evening, but rest your fingers. 5 lovely new voices in the first hour. Thank you. Rest your fingers for a bit and indulge your ears. This is a really lovely chat with Nerina Pallot, who I think is probably one of the best songwriters working at the moment. I think she's wonderful. I think her voice... You wait. The sound she can make with a really battered old nylon string guitar... which she was apologising, going, well, it's not really the guitar I use. This battered old guitar, the sound she can make playing that and singing, I'm guaranteeing it's going to blow your mind. If you follow me on Twitter, what I'm going to do is, while this interview is on, I'm going to tweet you a link to buy her new album, which comes out in October. I'm also going to tweet you a link to buy Year of the Wolf, which is an album she did a couple of years ago, and is... if I had to pick top 10 albums, for me, it would be in there. It's just brilliant. So I'm going to tweet those. Year of the Wolf as well. I think you can get for a couple of quid on Amazon. It's dead cheap, right? And it will be the best money you spend. So she popped in yesterday. I became all fan. What was wonderful, right? And I think we can say this without breaking confidences. I was all fanboy, right? I've met her once before, and I was like, "Oh, it's so nice to meet you." And I got out really quickly but she's the cousin of one of the producers that works here, a bloke called Mark Machado. What does he work there on these days? He moves around a bit.
I think he's with Julia.
Right, okay, well, that's a shame. And I don't know Mark particularly well. We've spoken a few times, and he's always very, very friendly to me. He helped us out when we got all that equipment nicked in Manchester. And so we had this lovely chat for about 30 minutes, you're going to hear, and it was all about music and influences and life and being a pop star and stuff. And then I said, I think Mark's in. Do you want to go and say hello? And she went and spoke to Mark, and they're talking about her mum coming over to stay and where she was going to stay, and it was going to be a nightmare. And then they were having like proper cousins chat about punch-ups at weddings they've been to. And I was just stood there going, this is the funniest thing. Everyone's getting married in the families and friends and stuff, and there's been loads of punch-ups at weddings as a result. So it was lovely. I think you're going to enjoy this, and if you don't, it's only 35 minutes, but I'm pretty sure you are. So, follow me on Twitter. I'm going to tweet some links to some albums, but sit back and enjoy me having a chat with Nerina Pallot. Nerina Pallot is here. Hello.
Hello.
This is a little bit embarrassing, because I'm kind of quite a big fanboy of yours, and we met once briefly at Sky News.
Very early in the morning.
Really early on a Sunday morning, and I was reviewing the papers, and you were in to talk about a song, and I think talk about refugees,
yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
And I got a little bit flustered and a bit, it's so nice to see you and stuff like that. How are you doing? You all right?
I'm very well, thank you, yeah, and it's not a horribly early hour on a Sunday, which is much
It's
better.
a weird time in the afternoon.
Yeah.
How do you fill your days? What are your days? I imagine you being all creative and going, I shall go into the piano and write another song, but
that does happen. But today I was being quite domestic, and I have inherited a stray pregnant cat.
Oh, wow.
Over the weekend.
Oh, God.
So I was doing some music. I was playing piano, and then I had to take this little cat to the vet and find out that we're going to have kittens. And
so is this cat just rocked up at your house?
Yeah, rocked up Saturday evening. You know, we had that massive... do you live in London?
I live in Windsor, so
right,
yeah.
so you know we had like major rain.
Yeah.
Saturday
Oh,
night.
it was great.
So I get back, I've been out on Saturday night, very late, it's actually Sunday morning at this point, and there's this little cat, and she wants to come in.
Oh, no.
And I let her in, and realised, because she's got a big old belly, that, this cat's going to have kittens.
Yeah.
And so, so I thought, well, I'll let her stay in for the night, she must belong to someone. And then I let her out the next day. No, she belongs to me now.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah.
How funny.
Yeah, so...
And do you know when the kittens are coming? Are they imminent?
No idea. The vet was like, well, we could ultrasound, but it won't tell us very much.
Yeah.
It's like, great, cheers.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
And there's been none of those posters up on trees saying missing pregnant cat.
No, and I've not seen this cat before, and...
That cat's yours. That's your cat.
I think she is, yeah, she's really cool. She's black, completely black. She's quite small. They think she's quite young. But I'm just now thinking, how am I going to juggle that? And hopefully the kittens can be homed before I go on tour. How am I going to do this?
My cat, I'm a cat person. We've got a dog, and that was a terrible, terrible mistake. But my cat won't talk to me. She's a very old lady. And she's about 18 and a half. She's not very well.
She's doing
She's
well.
old. But she's just got to go on some tablets because she's losing a lot of weight, but she's fine. But so every morning and every evening, I have to grab her, hold her tightly between my legs, grab her jaw, prise her jaw open and throw a tablet. So she's just not talking to me now. She's hiding under the bed and won't come anywhere near me. So,
poor cat.
I know, it's terrible.
I know, and that's the thing with animals, you know, I've got 2 dogs as well, and I had a rabbit till recently. My rabbit's now on the mantelpiece.
Oh, God.
I sound like a crazy animal lady, don't I?
We had a rabbit. We had terrible luck with our rabbit. We had 2 and they died. If my boys are listening, we had 1. And they died really quickly.
How quickly?
Like, neither of them made a year.
What were you doing? Mine lived for nearly 11 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we had the one died, and then we said, "Oh, the rabbit's run away." And then a week later, I found the rabbit. It's a little bit smaller and a slightly different colour, but they went with it. And then until now, they don't listen to this rubbish. And then we went away for a week, and we paid someone to come to the house and look after the cat and look after the rabbit before we had our dog. And on the 3rd day, this poor young lady, she was a veterinary nurse, phoned up and said, "I'm terribly sorry, your rabbit's died." And we're like, "Oh God, we're gonna tell the boys, we're gonna break it to them." And guys, we've got some bad news. We've just spoke to Sarah, who's looking after the animals, and Velvet's fine, the cat's fine, but well, Benji's died. And we were expecting tears, and they just went, can we see his skeleton? That was all they wanted. Can we see his skeleton?
That's little boys though, isn't it?
As if we were going to skin him.
I know.
Disgusting. Anyway, that's Pet Corner. We do this every week. We invite a pop star in.
I'm the mad animal lady.
To talk about pets. You've got a new album, which I've not heard, because you've just handed it to me.
Yes.
Is it any good?
I think it's very good.
Stay Lucky. This comes out in October, doesn't it?
On October the 13th. On Friday the 13th.
Oh, really? Deliberate?
Yeah.
Two fingers up?
We were looking at dates to release the record, and
I
thought we were going to call it Stay Lucky, and I was like, yeah, sod it, let's put it out on Friday.
How does it work now, releasing records? Because the fact that we're saying records is kind of shows that we are of an age. This is going to come out as a CD.
CD, vinyl, and cassette.
Oh, you're doing cassettes?
I'm doing cassette. But they're not in yet, otherwise I'd have brought you one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because vinyl's having a huge resurgence.
Yeah, well, it is and it isn't. I mean, effectively, yes, compared to like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But if you look at like the market share of vinyl,
it's still tiny.
Yeah, it's tiny.
But cassettes, that's unusual. Is it coming out on 8-track as well? Are you going to...
No, can you imagine? No, but the thing is, when I was making this record, it isn't the record I thought I'd make.
Yeah.
I thought I'd make a really left field record, and and my last record was quite electronic.
Yeah.
And then last year was such a weird year, wasn't it? It was just like the weirdest year.
The whole
history.
Well, the last 18 months or so, it's been. I genuinely think that this country is having some kind of post-traumatic stress with Brexit, with the weird.
It's going through its midlife
the
crisis.
Weird general elections, the Trump and the terror attacks and all. It's been a really horrible you're right, like a terrible year.
And across the board, politically,
Yeah.
you know, in the arts, we lost so many icons.
Yeah, of course.
And I just found myself wanting to listen to classical records.
Yeah.
And I was also doing this thing on Facebook last year amongst my mates saying, you know, before they die, let's appreciate classic artists,
Yeah.
you know, like Bill Withers, like
Yeah.
Joni Mitchell. Let's put up before, because any day now we're going to have to read their obituary. Let's appreciate them while they're here.
Do you know what? I totally get that because this is slightly off a tangent, but we've had a lot of older comedians on, like Tommy Cannon and Eddie Large and stuff.
Yeah.
And part of that is because in 2016, it was that thing, oh, David Bowie's died, let's say how much we love him. Oh, Prince has died, let's say how much we love him. Why not say that, like you said, why not say those things while they're still here,
Exactly.
you know?
And a lot of them are still making work
Yeah.
as well, you know. I just wanted to listen to records, classic records that just stood the test of time, that were, I don't know, whenever I watch like things like the Old Grey Whistle Test, all those artists, they haven't been like PR'd to within an inch of their
Yeah.
life, so they all look like crap, don't they? But they sound amazing.
Yeah.
They sound incredible. And I saw Bill Withers in the flesh a few months ago.
Oh, wow.
At the Ivor Novellos, and he gave this incredible speech. He was winning the Lifetime Achievement Award. And I was just like, that's the kind of artist anyone should aspire to be.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've got a soft spot for things like Justin Bieber and Katy Perry. I get why that is popular. But does that endure? And I don't know that it does. And I just wanted to sort of steep myself in the records that endure. And I found myself making a totally retro record.
Really? Retro sounding?
Well, process, you know, I tracked it, a lot of it live. I tracked it in a studio called Rack in St John's Wood.
Rack is famous, of course,
really
yeah.
famous, And then some of it we did at Abbey Road. And I was just like, you know what, I'm in for a penny, in for a pound. I'm going to make this record. It's kind of self-indulgent in the sense that I decided to not listen to radio, to not pay attention to whatever's sort of being the new thing, and just make something that I thought was beautiful and had integrity. But it's not in a kind of like, it's not all slow songs. It's definitely
As if beauty and integrity meant that it's going to be very slow,
it's
ponderous.
I wanted to write old-fashioned pop songs, you know.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons I put it on cassette is I was thinking about in my, you know, teenage years in the late 80s and early 90s. Remember mixtapes?
Yeah, of course, of course.
And it was such a rite of passage, you know, you'd made them for your mates, you made them for the boy you were trying to snog.
Oh, yeah.
And so much care went into each track.
Did you put little bits of, like, spoken word stuff in between some of the songs?
No, never thought to do that.
Oh, God, I'd get, like, little bits from Monty Python records or bits I'd taken off the telly or bits I'd taped off the radio and put it in.
You really went for it.
Man alive. But I bet you worked extra hard on the cover.
Yeah, I did.
Fancy, girly writing, hearts over the eyes,
But also, like, there was always kind of like a hidden meaning. Oh. And you know, if I was doing one for a boy to snog me, I would always put Brass and Pocket by the Pretenders on it, because it's like
it's a snogging song.
It's a snogging song.
It's a snogging song.
Yeah.
I've got two little boys who are 7 and 5, and they've got a record player. I bought them one of those little rectangular cassette recorders so that they can record cassettes, and they know, you know, and they say, can we get the tape recorder out and make something? And it's just them.
It's real, right?
It's real, because everything with mobile phones, everything is filmed and recorded and photographed and all that, and in, you know, and it's great. In the 70s and 80s, you had to make an effort. If you were going to recapture something, you had to make an effort to get that equipment out and put a little bit of sellotape over the end of the
That's
cassette.
what I mean about process.
Yeah.
So I think process can become as important as the finished thing in itself.
Yeah.
And the process, and so on this record I used loads of old synths like Junos, Moogs, old classic pianos and stuff. And because some of them are really quirky, and within a few hours of recording they get out of tune, it slows everything down. But you really have to think about how you make stuff.
Have you ever used a mellotron?
Yeah.
Because that's
super quirky.
Because that's got like a half a second delay, hasn't it, between pressing the key and the noise?
It's tape
right.
loops, so each note has a tape loop running. It's like a real old-fashioned hardware sampler, basically.
It's what the people, if you want to know, Strawberry Fields Forever and stuff. That's a mellotron, that kind of sound.
Sound is a mellotron.
How do you write a song? Are you one of those people that you get up, have a cup of coffee, walk the dogs, and then go, right, I'm going to sit at the piano between 9 and 1, and I'm going to, are you like one of those old Brill Building songwriters?
I have done it. I have tried to be like that. I went through a period a few years ago where I was doing a lot of writing for other people, and it sort of became how you have to do it, and I hated it. It's so not how I write. No, I tend to write when I'm slightly, a few too many glasses of wine, and I wrote a lot of this record while jet lagged, weirdly. I'd gone to Australia a few times last year, and just 4 a.m. songs.
Yeah.
And there's something about 4 a.m. I can't explain it.
Between 3 and 4 a.m. is when the most suicides take place.
Oh, right.
There's something dark about that time.
Okay.
You're right. The last album, it was the last one, wasn't it? That was kind of a lot more electronic and synthy,
definitely.
and kind of stands out in your. It's unique in all of your back catalogue.
I'd say so, yeah.
Why did you do that? What was the thinking? You just wanted to do something completely different?
Yeah, and I think it reflected what I was listening to. I'd been doing, between Year of the Wolf, which was my 4th album, and my 5th album, I was doing a lot of writing for other artists. Yeah. And the brief was always pop, radio, electronic pop. And I think it sort of seeped into my writing and my production process, because I produce a lot of my... this new one I've done on my own, but it just was a natural progression. And I wanted to try something different.
Yeah.
I like my favourite artists always have a massively wide range of styles, I think because you'd get bored otherwise.
Yeah. I love it. So, some of my favourite... I'm a huge fan of the Beach Boys, and I love all that late 60s, 70s stuff when they kind of lost direction and were just trying all this...
Feel Flows.
Oh, Feel Flows!
It's like an amazing track.
That's on the album... I think that's on Surf's Up, which has got the brilliant song A Day in the Life of a Tree.
Yes.
Sung by their manager. It's it's a great album.
When they're doing the vegetable patch and they're all
vegetables from was going to be on Smile. No, that was going to be on Smile, and then it popped up maybe on Smiley. So I'm going to be around my vegetables. I'm going to chow down my vegetables.
Yeah, they've been taking mushrooms. Those are the vegetables.
I think they might have been. But Sunflower's the album for me, though. But people go, Pet Sounds. I find Pet Sounds a bit too busy. Sunflower is the one for me, where they're kind of
But Pet Sounds is before they went completely bananas.
Yeah. Pet Sounds was kind of the...
We wouldn't have Sgt. Pepper's without Pet Sounds.
See, I'm not a massive fan of Sgt. Pepper's. For me, it's Revolver.
But then that's what pushed the Beatles to going that way, wasn't it? Because I think Paul went to hear Pet Sounds, Brian played it to him, and Paul was like, I've got to best this.
Isn't that brilliant? I love the fact that in the 60s you did have these bands like the Beatles and the Beach Boys who were... There was like a friendly rivalry between them, where they, Brian Wilson heard Rubber Soul and went, "Ooh, right."
Don't you wish that Noel Gallagher had been more like that? So when Blur were making much better records, Noel had been like, "Oh, great, I'll try and make it better." But Noel's always like, "Oh, they're crap," and never tries hard.
Yeah, I know.
I controversial. Well, Oasis fans are like, what's she talking about?
I never really got Oasis. I've tried. I like a couple of their B-sides. But I survived the Blur Oasis wars, and I was on the side of Blur,
Yeah, my heart is Blur. Isn't that more interesting?
They are more interesting. You brought your guitar.
I have, yeah.
Are you going to play a song, or are you just going to show off?
I can, I'm just going to show you my guitar and go again.
Is that chair okay, or should we try and find one without arms?
Yeah, I can make it work.
Catherine, it's very, very hot in here. Is that aircon? That's the aircon that is it not working? Oh well, we'll just sweat.
Do you know what? I haven't got my normal guitar because I wasn't at my studio, and it suddenly occurred to me that I should maybe bring an instrument. So I've brought my nylon, which is not the greatest one. No, it is a good one, but it's not going to sound.
I'm interviewing Chaz from Chaz and Dave on Thursday,
amazing.
And my friend, who's his son-in-law, said, "Bring your ukulele in case a knees-up ensues."
Oh yeah.
So I've restrung my uke, and now it won't stay in tune. I'm just terrified on Thursday. There'll be a jam session with Chaz, and I'll be out of tune. But I'm thrilled, over the moon.
Is he the one who was sick?
He was sick, yeah, cancer, yeah. I think he's kind of out the other side of it.
Don't they do like something like 100 gigs a year or something?
Ridiculous. They are the hardest working, and they're in their 70s. But my friend Paul is his son-in-law, and I said to him, how's Chaz doing? Is he better? He said, Ian, I've never seen anyone deal with the news of cancer as matter-of-factly. Chaz just went, right, what do we do? How do we fix this? And just got on with it.
That's probably, but then that's probably testament to someone who's had a career for that long.
Yeah.
Bless him.
They are good. Chaz and Dave and Lonnie Donegan do an amazing version together of You Won't See Me by the Beatles. It's just a proper old-fashioned Cockney rocker.
There's not really, there's not a Cockney thing going on at the moment, is there?
Maybe this is the next album, Nerina. Maybe this is... You can bring it back.
I don't think so. What do you want? I could play a new
I want you to play a new one. Play a new one, please.
All right. And this is called I Bring Him Fire. I've not played it on this guitar before. It could be horrific, but we'll see. I bring him fire. I bring him blood. I bring my body. I bring my love. I bring devotion. Is it enough? I bring him every little thing that I got. I bring my hunger. I bring my thirst. He a drink in the desert, and he quench my hood. I bring him fire. I bring him fire. I'm gonna make him burn. Suddenly, that man is meant for me. His cool blue eyes watching me, and I bet he do things that I wanna do so bad. Bet he do things that I wanna do so bad, so bad. I bring him blood, I bring my body, I bring my love, I bring devotion. Is it enough? I bring him every little thing that I got, yeah. Ooh, ooh, so bad, so bad. I bring fire, I bring in blood, I bring my body, I bring my love, I bring devotion. Is it enough? I bring him every little thing that I got, yeah.
Oh, God, I love you so much. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. Thank you. You, that voice is so big. I mean, I don't know how to phrase this, so I'm going to probably sound rude and clumsy. You know, you're a slight woman and you have this huge cavernous voice. When did you start singing? How did that all start?
I was really little. My mum was a singer. She did summer season and stuff.
Right.
So I grew up watching her go on stage.
Wow.
But I was always really shy. I never thought I'd be a singer. I always thought I'd be like a musician and a songwriter.
Yeah.
But I think I started to get serious about singing when I was about 12.
Yeah.
And then I think, but my voice has only really got bigger in the last 5 or 6 years.
Do you think so?
Well, it feels like more solid. I think
Yeah.
it's years of like booze and fags.
Are you a smoker?
I'm going to say no.
Good.
Because I'm trying not to. At
Good.
The moment.
Well done.
But I've learnt to kind of never go no, because every time I say that, I go out and then next thing I know.
You're having a fag.
Yeah.
We've all been there. We've all been there. What was it like? Fires was the breakthrough, wasn't it? And that was huge. And I heard it from another radio presenter, a bloke called Clive Bull, who kept talking about it on his show.
RBC.
Yeah. And he kept talking about it, and he talked about it so much. I thought, I'm going to buy this bloody record and have a listen. And it was amazing, and it was a huge hit. What was that like, going from being a jobbing musician to suddenly being a pop star?
I really didn't like it.
Yeah,
it really didn't suit me, and I found it really strange. And I found the whole. I really find things like telly really hard. I feel quite comfortable with radio now. But I just wanted to be successful as a musician. Unfortunately, the byproduct of if you make popular music is profile and celebrity and all that nonsense. And I wasn't comfortable with it. And I see so many things like. I've only now looked back at my Top of the Pops performance, and I just see fear and like a rabbit in the headlights.
Yeah, of course. I bet that's quite common for people. A lot of pop stars are show-offs, and a lot of performers are. But I think that there are a lot of people that want to do it because they want to make good music.
Yeah.
And the stardom side of it is kind of it scares people.
It's scary, and also I always think musicians are some of the most unemployable people in the and also the most difficult, not necessarily on purpose, but I think for me, I write. I don't keep a diary. I've never been in therapy, but I have lots of things in my head that if I didn't write, I probably would drive everybody insane.
Yeah.
And so then you put someone like me, and I'm probably very representative of lots of singer-songwriters, in the public eye. If they don't feel comfortable, it's like a recipe for disaster.
Did you kind of rebel against the pop star thing? I'm friends with a woman called Imani Coppola, who had a hit.
Oh, she's amazing.
She's
what was it, Cowboy?
A Legend of a Cowgirl.
Yeah, she's really...
So she had that big hit, and I think she was like 19 or 20 and exploded. And she, like you, hated it. Hated the pop. She wanted to make good music, but didn't want to be a pop star. And she kind of rebelled and then turned her back on it and kind of started making indie records, which are amazing. I think she's a genius.
Really good.
She's incredible. Her album Black and White is just wonderful. Anyway, do you think that you kind of, because you felt so uncomfortable in that pop star role, that you rebelled against it?
Yeah, I didn't rebel against it. I think I just rebellion's not the word. I just decided to not do lots of things.
Not play that game.
Yeah. And I don't think I ever was convincing at it. And I, because I wasn't convincing and I wasn't prepared to be convincing, certain opportunities dried up.
Yeah.
Like at one point, I was asked to do one of those celebrity reality shows. I won't say which one. And I went as far as...
Did you have a roof, or were you covered by trees?
There was a roof,
okay.
But it involved a sort of like... no, that gives it away. Anyway...
Don't worry, go on.
And I thought, well, I've got to show willing, because what happens is in the entertainment industry, if you're a musician, you'll work with pluggers. You have radio pluggers, like Lovely Joe, who you met, and you have TV pluggers and press pluggers. And the label are always breathing down their neck saying, get this person this opportunity. So if the artist turns up and says, I'm not doing that, then you kind of you can't blame them.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'll show willing. Anyway, it was really, awful. I just knew I shouldn't be applying for this role.
Do you think it's harder for a solo woman? Because there's always, if you see a solo woman at the piano, you go, oh, it's Tori Amos stroke Kate Bush. Whereas you see a bloke at the piano, a bloke with a guitar, it's a very male-dominated industry. Is it tougher, do you think?
Yeah, because like you say, a bloke with a guitar could be anybody.
Yeah.
It's not the automatic reference. Also, you never hear people going, that's a man band, but you always hear girl band. There's a band I love called Warpaint. I think you'd really like Warpaint.
Right, okay.
And they're 4 women, but that's irrelevant. They're making really good records,
You still don't see many bands. Well, here's the thing, you don't see many bands where it's kind of mixed men and women. You kind of get loads of bands of blokes.
Yeah.
You get a handful of
You're
bands.
starting to get it, like the XX, Arcade Fire.
Right, okay. Yeah,
you're right, but you're not seeing it in mainstream.
Yeah.
If you think about Coldplay, it's male.
Oh, it's all bloke. The whole pop industry is blokes, apart from, the occasional sort of pop superstar.
It's frustrating, and there's 2 ways you can go about it. There's a lot of push now for women-only sessions, for writing sessions, or this, and I kind of think, well, that's defeating the object.
Yeah.
The whole point is we want some kind of equality.
Yeah.
And also, I don't see it as misogyny necessarily. I just see it as like a slightly backward thing in the media that needs to catch up.
Yeah.
We'll get there. It'll catch up.
Mike, I think we will. I've got to mention my boys who are 7 and 5, and I'm educating them in the classics. They've been to see the Beach Boys. They've been to see the Monkees. They listen to the Zombies and all this. But my 5-year-old by himself I don't know how, has discovered the Spice Girls, and he loves them. Absolutely loves them.
So sweet.
And the thing with
good tunes.
They're brilliant tunes, right? And I love the early stuff. I hadn't really heard a lot of the later stuff, but now I am, because we play it in the car all the bloody time. But to them, they don't care that it's a bloke or it's a girl, or they don't care. They just care that it's a good song.
Yeah.
And I kind of think that is the way that it's going. That it doesn't matter who's singing it or who's produced it or anything. If it's a good song, they'll embrace it.
Yeah, I think so. And kids are really. My son's 7, and he's the same. His music tastes are really wide.
What's he listening to?
Everything. So his favourite thing at the moment is Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin.
Oh, wow.
But then he loves Katy Perry.
Yeah.
He loves Chained to the Rhythm. He can sing that song over and over again. He's really not bothered.
Yeah.
He's not got a concept of what's cool or what's a genre. It's just like, does he like the tune? Yeah, he's going to listen to it.
And my boy, because I'm kind of into my 60s sort of sounds, and my wife is kind of more into Beyonce and J-Lo and that kind of stuff. So they're getting everything.
Yeah.
And to them, it's just music. They don't know the colour, the year. They don't know anything. It's just, this is good. I don't like this one. And that's brilliant, I think.
But I think that's like, music's your thing. It's my thing as well. When it comes to films, for example, I'm really indiscriminate.
Yeah.
I'll just go see anything.
Yeah.
I don't think about genre. I don't think about the type of movie I might like. I'm just quite open-minded.
Yeah.
And I don't get too attached. Like, I don't talk about my favourite films all the time. So I think the average person has a much more sort of laid-back approach to music. But for those of us who are massive music fans, we get so stuck in the thing we love.
Have you taken your boy to concerts yet?
No, he's still a bit young, I think.
I've taken mine to a few, and they fall asleep during the interval. But it's we were at the Beach Boys, and my 5-year-old was singing Surfing Safari, and I thought, I'm doing this right.
Yeah.
I'm doing this right. Can I get another song, please?
Yeah. Do you want what's one of your ones that you like from?
Would you be able to play Halfway Home? Or is that too tricky?
It's tricky on this one.
Well, then don't.
Tuned guitar.
Okay, then don't. Then you put
Also, I haven't played it for about a decade.
Unbelievable. Look at you tease. Then you choose one. Choose one. You choose anything you want.
From Fires, maybe?
Yeah.
What can I play on Fires? God, this is like I'm creaky and it's because I'm living in my new record, I haven't really been playing.
If you want to play a new one, play a new one.
I tell you what, I'll play Sapphire.
Okay.
I don't play it on guitar very often.
Okay.
It's always fun. Okay, here we go. 5 o'clock and a fire escape symphony spilling out across the road and the square, and the sky's the same as your own. Do you think of me? Do the parks and trees and the leaves reach you there after the rain? In the lonely hours he haunts me, calling out again. And do a fire. I'm burning, it's a fire I cannot put out. So fire, I'm learning that some things I can't go without. And one of them is him. And now I walk the streets like a stranger in my hometown. There's no language for the words when I speak, but it changed me, I'm his ghost since he came around. Now I count the hours, the days and the weeks, so passion and silence. Every word, every line a measure. It's the science of the soul. And his books, they breathe a reason. And now I wanna know. So fire, I'm burning, it's a fire I cannot put out. So fire, I'm learning there's some things I can't go without. And you with the newborn eyes, have you ever loved a man like I love him? Do your heart but still feel alive like never before? Oh, Sapphire, Sapphire, I'm burning, it's a fire I cannot put out. So fire, I'm learning that some things I can't go without. I can't go without him.
Oh, you made me cry. You made me cry. I love it. That was wonderful.
Thank you.
That's so special. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to play it for you.
You made me well up. Anyway, it's fine. You're going on tour, did you say?
A mini tour.
Tour.
In November, yeah.
Whereabouts?
Just London, Manchester and Glasgow.
I'm coming, because I've never seen you live, apart from this. The new album, Nerina Pallot, Stay Lucky, October the 13th. You really are messing with demons by doing that. Because now, where's the best place for people to buy your stuff? Where the money goes in your pocket?
Oh, well, it's
Anywhere.
on my own label.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
In that case...
all donations gratefully received.
There we go. And it's on CD, download, and your records and your actual tape cassette, guys.
Yeah.
Nerina, thank you so much. It's such a thrill to see you, and for you to sing, like that, this close to me is
I can't tell you how nice it is to come and do something where I'm asked about what I do. A lot of times these days people want to know, I don't know, they just want to know your views on who's big in Love Island.
I tried to watch a bit of Love Island the other day. I couldn't understand it.
No, even from the trailer, I was like, I don't think I'll understand.
So it's just people shagging and then someone wins. How is that a TV concept?
I don't know. It's like Tinder on telly, isn't it?
Now there, Nerina, remind me of your Twitter handle as well if people want to follow you.
Oh yeah, it's Lady Chatterley.
Lady Chatterley.
Yeah.
And best of luck with your pregnant cat.
Thank you so much.
I hope it all works out well.
Are you in the business for a kitten?
God, no. No. I would love one, but I would get murdered. And also my old lady cat, slang for my wife, my old lady cat would she got so upset when we brought a dog home one day. If another cat turned up, she would never speak to me. The album is Stay Lucky, October the 13th, dear listener. I'll be tweeting all the links and all the things. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
I mean, isn't it though, really? The album is Stay Lucky. If you're following me on Twitter, at Iain Lee, I-A-I-N-L-W, I've just tweeted all the links. But if you go on Amazon, Nerina, N-E-R-I-N-A, Pallot, P-A-L-L-O-T, pre-order the new album. And here's the thing, all her old albums you can get for pennies, right? They're all there, so you can't go wrong. Year of the Wolf is my suggestion for an in. Someone sent me a video. Let me see if I can find it on Twitter. I'll try and describe it. David Turner's, right? Who's got a young lad. You come and see this, Kath. Right, I'll retweet it. I've retweeted it.
Hang on, I'm going to come round there.
He's got a young lad, and he tweeted me saying, how old's that boy, do you reckon? Looks about 3. The lad's got a new favourite song. 2 or 3. The lad's got a new favourite song, and he's got posted a little video of his boy. It's a lad dancing to the I'm a Titty Man song. It's brilliant. I mean, it's filmed in portrait, which is outrageous. Right, here's the thing, right? That can't be their house, because you've seen the colour of that carpet.
I know, I was looking at that.
That is a white carpet, and they've got a toddler. No, that's not their house.
It's either not their house or not their toddler.
No.
Or they've got a carpet shampooer like mine.
I've maybe. Have you got a carpet shampoo?
Yeah, because I've got a cream carpet.
We about once a year we pay someone to come and do it.
Oh, we could pay me, I'd do it.
No, because yours won't be industry standard. I bet yours is tiny.
No, it's not, it's big.
Well, how big?
It's like a big old-fashioned Hoover, like a massive...
Right. But has it got a big tank of juice?
Yeah, it's got a
tank of juice.
I'm not playing games. You've seen my children, and you've seen how sloppy they are.
They are very, very, very sloppy children. Dear listener, we're back. In 17 minutes, I say that because of the weird umbongo on it, we won't be able to reveal the figures until 9 minutes past 12. Okay, so at 12:09, that's when we can reveal the figures. But I'm getting nervous.
Well, so am I, because, I mean, it all hangs on this.
We've had 3 going down.
Yeah.
And if it goes down any lower, if we dip below that magical 43 mark, then I might as well just lean out of the window and shout.
Because you'd reach more people.
I'll get a bigger audience. Yeah. Genuinely nervous about it. So to make matters even tougher for us, we are doing new and newish callers only, please. What does that mean? Well, if you've called me 3 times or less in this talk radio incarnation, you're very welcome. You never called me at all, very welcome. If you used to call me years ago at one of the other places, and you haven't called since then, you'd be welcome. 0344 499 1000. We're going to go through the papers in a bit. We've talked about Big Brother. We've come up with 6 questions at the start of the show. Sam, Catherine and myself brainstormed. We came up with 6 questions for those people that need a question to phone in. There's no shame on that. Have you ever broken a bone of your mother or your father? Or dislocated a shoulder, poked them in the eye, pulled their hair out, anything like that?
Just damaged them.
Yep. In fact, you know what? Because we had such a good story about someone burning the fringe off of their girlfriend's mum. Have you ever injured anybody's parent, a mum or a dad? That's as vague as that. Have you got any body parts stashed away? Someone tweeted me saying that they've got a femur on their bookshelf, but they don't know who it belongs to. So if anyone's missing a femur, get in touch with the show and we'll put you in touch with the person on Twitter. Your favourite teddy bear, your origin story.
Yeah.
Pervy stars in there. I thought we'd get a big old uptake.
You're weird. I didn't realise that was a thing.
I've never done it, but that is role play, but celebrity role play. People do that. Hang on, I need to clip my neck. Oh, there's a deep one. Hang on.
Oh dear.
Because I'm getting old. The thing my 5-year-old finds the funniest is if I pick him up or we have like an arm wrestle or a silly little tickle war or something. Quite often, part of my body will click, And he finds that hilarious. He loves it if I lifted him up today in Yo Sushi and my elbow clicked and he was in hysterics.
My dad's knees used to click like...
Yeah.
They probably still do.
Yeah.
I've not heard him try to sneak upstairs for a long time. It was when me and my sister had bunk beds. And if we were talking too much or messing about, he would try sneaking up the stairs to come and, like, spring us.
Not a chance.
And you'd hear click, click, click. So we pretend to be asleep.
I found myself very gingerly walking down some stairs in a department store today. Very gingerly. And I thought, this is it. This is it from now on.
What do you mean by gingerly?
Well, I was being very ginger as I walked down.
Why?
Well, I was just taking my time, doing it slightly side on.
Like a woman in high heels?
Yeah. And I just thought, this is it now. This is it. There'll be no bounding down the stairs, no leaping up the stairs. I'm just taking my time, because I don't want to slip.
Next stop, letting everyone else go before you say, I'm going to be a while. I'm going to be a while.
Well, I told you I caught my eldest a while ago. Every time he sat down and got up, he went, ooh. I said, what are you doing that for? He said, I'm just copying the sounds that you make.
Oh, it's true though, isn't it?
Flip it.
I've only just stopped aching after tag.
Oh, that was it. Oh, so yes, tag. What's the date? Sunday the 3rd. What is it?
3rd of September.
Sunday the 3rd of September, dear listener. We are having another game of tag. If you missed the first one, you can have a look on my YouTube channel. I've got a YouTube channel, youtube.com/rabbithole. Subscribe to it. And for all you retro fans, a very nice gentleman is uploading pretty much every episode of the 11 o'clock show on there. Pretty much. The first one is up, and over the next few weeks he'll be uploading all of them. So.
Interesting to watch that sober.
It'd be interesting to... I don't remember any of it. I was stoned out of my gourd. Anyway, but you can see the video that Daniel made of as a collection of all the footage that we shot on our mobile phones. He's made a beautiful psychedelic film. Daniel Rayner is Mugger Harris on Twitter, who's he's an artist.
But the soundtrack by Billy Hayes, and it's an original song. And
No, that's not for that.
Oh, right, okay.
That's for the New York thing.
Oh, he's done another one.
I'm talking about the tag video.
We're not telling about the New York one.
I don't think the New York one's up yet.
Oh, right, well, it will be. It's amazing.
Well, Billy Hayes is a brilliant songwriter.
Oh my
as
God,
well.
it was so good.
Oh, he's brilliant.
It was one of those songs where I thought, why haven't I heard this before? It sounds proper.
Oh, if you want to hear some of Billy Hayes' music, then there is a film on the Rabbit Hole. The film that Daniel made about speech radio and listening to me over the years and stuff. And Billy did some songs for that.
So good.
Spot on. He played at one of the performance rings.
They're so talented, both of them.
Do you remember the performance rings?
Very vaguely, yeah.
We should do one for Christmas.
We should.
I'm saying it out loud now, aren't I?
Christmas is coming.
Christmas is really... We should maybe do one for Christmas. We've got a show in Luton in the first week of December. We can do one sort of Christmas week.
All right.
Let's have a little think. Nicknames. Ever pretended to be a celebrity when you're having sex? And here's a question. Are you winning? 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you'd be very, very welcome. New and newish callers only this evening, please. Now, there is J.K. Rowling is unhappy.
Rolling. It's rolling. It's in stone.
She's... OK, fine. OK. She's rolling in it, but J.K. Rowling, the author...
No.
Yeah, the lady book writer.
Yeah, Rowling.
She's rolling in it, yeah, but J.K. Rowling...
Joe Rowling.
Joe.
That's what her name is.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is.
Her name is J.K., like in Jamiroquai. J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling.
No, you were right. Oh.
I was just trying it your way and I didn't like it. It didn't
What, you mean the right way?
She is upset because someone has brought out sexy brown pants modelled on Daniel Radcliffe, the star of Equus. J.K. Rowling...
And of course he doesn't wear any brown pants in that. Doesn't wear any pants.
J.K. Rowling was fuming last night.
Rolling.
No, she was fuming last night over sexy lingerie cashing in on her Harry Potter children's book empire. And they've got a picture of a young lady wearing it. Woo-woo.
Show me. Describe
it. You'd be better at describing it than me.
Is that the whole outfit? Is that all? Oh.
Yeah, it's pants.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's lingerie.
Right. Okay. Right, so this is just for fun times, girls, because you're never going to be able to wear this underneath anything else.
It's not with the braces on, no.
Ridiculous. Okay, so what you've got is a grey lace crop top with the collar and the Hogwarts tie attached to it, like a mini one.
Yeah.
You know. And there's some braces involved. Stripy, of course. And like massive sort of granny pants, but with the grey lace trim on. I don't think they're school issue. I don't think this is what you wore at Hogwarts if you forgot your games kit. I think this might be the games kit.
I think that really is. It's a strange look. J.K. Rowling was fuming last night over sexy lingerie cashing in on her Harry Potter children's book empire. I love J.K. Rowling. She's a national treasure. She's written some of the best books. And I used to be really snobby about Harry Potter. I used to be really snobby about adults reading Harry Potter until I started watching the films with my kids and reading them Harry Potter and thought, oh, right, no, this is brilliant.
I read them in my 20s.
Yeah. I was very snobby about it.
I don't care. If it gets people reading, what's wrong with it?
Oh, no, and they're great. She's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. People knock her because she's made a load of money. And they might not agree with her political stance. Well, so what? It's just jealousy. She's brilliant.
Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but everyone is mouthing off on Twitter. Why pick on her?
Pals of the international best-selling author said she was outraged by the inappropriate costume. Yandy, the website, selling the £27 outfit.
£27?!
There's not much material there, is it?
Well, it's all in the knickers.
Could face illegal action if it is deemed to have infringed copyright. Oh, come on! The description says, cast a bewitching spell in this exclusive magical student fantasy lingerie costume. What a lot of words there.
Trying to convince you that that's nice.
Its burgundy and mustard colours are identical to those of Gryffindor House at the Wizard School, Hogwarts. The lingerie features a sheer grey lace crop top with a white collar and high-waisted pants with lace trim. Yandy says it comes with a cheeky... Oh, I nearly swore then because I'm nearly... Okay. A cheeky cut back. I nearly did. I nearly went in there. Removable burgundy and gold suspenders, braces, and a matching striped tie. Parents and fans also... Oh, come on! Parents and fans also lashed out at the website, accusing it of...
Sexualising.
Encouraging paedophiles.
Right.
Oh, for God's sakes.
No, because it's not like a little schoolgirl costume.
No, it's a woman. A source close to J.K. Rowling said she hates the idea of anyone or anything that could be seen to risk sexualising a children's storybook franchise. One disgusted mum said it's plain wrong to sexualise what is essentially a child's outfit. Well, just go to one of those school disco events.
I've been to one.
Dressed up?
Yeah.
Blimey.
But I was wearing...
Hang on a second, just for a minute.
But
Ooh.
Then wait. I was about 23.
Hey, lads. Oh, bloody hell.
But I was the only one who wasn't there, like, dressed like the Britney Spears schoolgirl. I was wearing, like, a proper schoolgirl outfit.
You had slacks on, and...
I did! I had my librarian's badge, my prefect badge.
How did you become head girl?
Popular vote.
Wowzers. OK, we'll get the listening figures in a bit. I can't reveal them until 12 because of bongo rules. New and newish callers, please. Otherwise, we'll just sit here and chat through the papers, which I'm more than happy to do. If you do want to give us a call, 0344 499 1000. 0344 499 1000. The late night alternative with me, Iain Lee, her Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
Well, this is very exciting. The two security men from G4 Security, Tony and Dell, have just moved. I can see them on the other side of the glass. They will not make eye contact with me. Oh, God, I hate this bit of this job. Here's the news.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me. Down the road, it's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on down this road that never seems to end. When new adventure lies just around the bend. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's old style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, the whole world is my home. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's old style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. There's a world that's waiting to unfold, a brand new tale no one has ever told. We've journeyed far, but you know it won't be long. We're almost there and we paid our fare with a hobo song. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's old style. Maybe tomorrow, I'll find what I call home. Until tomorrow, you know I'm free to roll.
Oh, I've got it.
Got it?
I got it. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you're more than welcome to. New and newish callers only, please. What does that mean? Well, that means that if you've called me 3 times or less, including 0, in this incarnation on Talk Radio, very welcome. If you've called more than that, thanks for listening. Maybe we'll speak tomorrow. If you used to call me years ago at one of the other places, then please do. I caused to get in touch with one of our former colleagues today, Catherine, Mr. Jonathan Vernon Smith.
I remember him well.
There are issues at home, but put that to one side. But there are issues around a car. And I think that someone I know is about to get fleeced for something that perhaps they shouldn't get fleeced for. And I said, I wonder if Jonathan would be able to help. He used to he still does a consumer section on his show. And I sent him a text and said, Jonathan, I've not spoken to you for ages, and I wouldn't put this on you, but my friend is having trouble with her car, and I think she's getting fleeced by the garage. Would you mind having a word with her? And he said, yep, sure, give me the name of the garage and I'll give him a call tomorrow. I said, no.
He was going to go in there.
He was going to go, and I thought, God, I wouldn't wish that on them, no, because he would destroy us. So no. If you, thank you, but if you wouldn't mind just having a word with her and just giving her a few key phrases that she could throw in that might possibly help her not get stitched up.
Yeah.
Oh, fine. I'm taking the dog out in 30 minutes, so call me now. And he did, which I thought was very kind of him. I've not spoken to him for a very long time. So that was nice. So new and newish callers. Normal service will resume tomorrow. Can I just tell you as well, I'm doing a little... Kath and I are doing these rabbit hole shows all over the place at the moment. And boy, oh boy, we're having the most fun going all around the country doing them. And we're playing really small venues. Apart from the show in London, they're all tiny venues that hold about 40, 50 people. And it's a joy to do. And we don't know whether we've got audiences around there. But I'm doing a show, I'm doing a performance art piece on my own called Lights Out on Saturday, the 23rd of September. This is a genuine thing, right? And we're doing it in the Big Green Bookshop in North London. I think it's £9. And you can get tickets, ticketsource.co.uk/Iain-Lee. Ticketsource.co.uk/Iain, IAIN-LEE. And it's a performance art piece. And I'm really excited about it. Bring a pillow or a cushion, because basically what happens is you come and you sit or lie on the floor, whatever makes you comfortable. You're allowed to move around if you want. The room will be pitch black once you've settled, and for an hour, I'm going to be detuning a radio. It sounds like a wind-up, right? But it's not. We're actually going to do it. It holds about 35 people, so it's going to be an intimate thing. And afterwards, I'll stick around and have a chat about it, and we can chat about that and chat about radio, and as per usual. But I'm going to detune a radio for about an hour. Sometimes we'll have static, and sometimes we will listen in on a radio show. And if it's interesting, just as it gets to a really interesting point, I might move it away. And it's kind of about you building up stories in your head. Could you go and get the envelope? I know they're not allowed in the studio. These weird old rules from the Victorian times. The two guys with the radar envelope are not allowed in the studio. It's nuts. Kath has to go and get it on bended knee. So it's happening. On September the 23rd, Saturday, September the 23rd, ticketsource.co.uk/Iain-Lee, if you want to come. And, it'll be, I'm hoping it's going to be like shortwave, medium wave, long wave, FM, all of those things, that we're going to do. I've been handed an envelope. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm allowed to open the envelope at 9 minutes past 12. 12:09. Oh, the right way up. Let's have a little look. So these are the official radio. We don't have a day-by-day breakdown yet. That takes a while to come. These are the official radio figures for the late night. Still late nights with Iain Lee, because it's the thing that'll get updated for the next one. Oh God, that is a terrible, terrible drop. God, that drop is huge. Oh no, hang on, it's upside down. Ah, that's better. Right, so quarter on quarter, so from the last set 3 months ago to now, I didn't think 198% was a mathematical... I didn't think you could have 198%.
Have we got that?
I thought it was well, it says the listening figures have gone up on the last 3 months by 198%. And have gone up from the last year, 12 months ago, by 79%. And it says here that this show now has a reach of 59,000 people, which is the biggest audience this show has ever had. Up from 43.
Gosh.
Little bit more than 129. Up nearly 200%. There we go. That'll do. Thank you, dear listener. Enough crowing. 0344. Enough crowing, please. Hang on.
Does that mean you get a pay rise?
No, not yet. There's to go a bit more for that, but that is in my contract. And the whole station is up and got the highest audience it's ever had. Well, there we go, guys. Here's the thing. Let me just put my little caveat. When it's such a big leap as that, I never quite believe it. But we're going in the right direction. I don't know if I necessarily believe those numbers, because it's such a huge leap, but we're going in the right direction.
What it does mean is that there will be no roasting or rollickings given out to the listeners as we have done in previous...
No, there'll be none of that. No. They've learnt their lesson. They've learnt their lesson.
Well done.
Well done, guys.
It's a shame it was such a painful one.
Well, I'm glad you listened. And I'm glad you came back. If there's anybody at home, who's drunk, stay off Twitter, guys. Stay off Twitter. It's a battlefield out there. Right, onwards and upwards. Enough of that self-congratulation. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. We were talking about the sexy Harry Potter underwear. Let me just get...
Well, it's not really grey lace. I mean, it's a difficult look to pull off, I was going to say, but I suppose that's the point of it.
Confused fans. It's sad, isn't it? Prince Philip, his last solo engagement. I had a solo engagement the other night.
Did you? Oh, God.
Confused fans even suggested the author must be low on funds, even though the outfit has nothing to do with her. But others were more supportive, with some even demanding a sexy male equivalent. One said, just throwing it out there, it'd be great to have a men's version. Another added, apparently Harry Potter lingerie is a thing now, and I need it in my life.
No, you don't.
You were telling me about a misplaced, that's an inappropriate word once you hear the full story, a misjudged, that's better, Harry Potter toy that was withdrawn.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard about this. Is this genuine?
Yes, I remember it, but it was a broomstick that had realistic noises, and it also, I mean, I don't know how this got through the meeting. It also had a realistic flying action.
It vibrated.
It vibrated.
Just think about that for a second if you've not got it. That actually happened. A vibrating broomstick that people...
And remember how you ride a broomstick,
there we
guys.
Go, you see, guys. I mean, it really is... that's outrageous behaviour. Why the hell can't I get one of them?
God, can you imagine?
Guess what the funniest word is in the English language?
The funniest word?
The funniest word. There's a survey.
Flange.
What?
Flange.
No. I'll give you... well, the headline is Booty's a Hootie.
Oh.
It's a booty. Booty has been voted the funniest word in the English language. Booty.
Nah.
The term, meaning someone's bottom, or stolen goods...
Yes.
Was
if you're
followed,
a pirate.
Was followed by tit, booby, hooter, and nitwit.
No.
I can think of 0344 499 1000 is your funniest words. Flange, bellend, twat.
Stop it.
I was saying that to you because I haven't got a warm cup of coffee.
Do you want a coffee?
Oh, thank you. I thought you'd never ask.
I'm not saying I'm making one. I'm just asking if you want one.
Dear Father Christmas, I've been a good boy this
You haven't,
year.
though, have you?
Please, could I have a cup of coffee? Warwick University experts quizzed 821 people on what words make them chuckle. Men were more likely to snigger at bondage, birthmark, and orgy.
Really?
Women liked giggle, beast, and circus. Then they do...
Whoa.
Hello?
Circus?
Here are the least humorous. Rape.
God.
Torture. Torment. Gunshot. I quite like gunshot. And death were rated the least humorous. Psychologist... I get why he's done this. It's like the mad doctor in Captain Underpants, whose name is Captain Poopy. He's Dr. Poopy Pants, and he wants to stop. He creates a machine that stops all the children laughing, and this is the same reason here. Psychologist Thomas Engelthather, who led the study, said the appreciation of humour is a fundamental, albeit mysterious, part of human cognition. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You're more than welcome to. This is the late night alternative now with its biggest audience ever on Talk Radio.
The wild man of late night radio.
The late night alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Here's the thing, right? Talk Radio's on all the time, and the different figures are fantastic. Maybe a blip, who knows, but fantastic. And thank you for all the kind words. But it's on all the time, and there's loads of different shows on that you've probably not heard. Now, on Saturday nights, Dr Pam does... let me just get this queued up, make sure this works. Dr Pam does a sex show. A sexy show, talking about sex and sexual problems. And Dr. Pam's great. She's been doing this kind of show for years and years and years, and I've kind of followed her around at a few stations. I used to prank call her when she was on, I think, on Heart. I prank called her as a gentleman that couldn't ejaculate. I don't know why. Anyway, she's on Saturday nights, 9 till 12 on Talk Radio. And someone brought to my attention that one of my regular callers had called Dr. Pam on Saturday. A caller called Pat, you might have heard of him. He tap dances and as a disabled mum. He called Dr. Pam on Saturday with, well, some people were saying it was a spoof call, but actually I think it's a very serious issue. This is Pat speaking to Dr. Pam on Saturday between 9 and 12 on Talk Radio.
Later with Dr. Pam Spur on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
And Pat in Purley has used it. Hello, Pat.
Hi, how are you, Dr. Pam?
I'm very well. How are you?
Oh, Johnny's lovely, isn't he?
Oh, he is fabulous. So what do you want to chat about?
Well, basically, I've had to come outside because I don't want my mum to hear because she'll think I'm a bit filthy otherwise.
Oh, okay. So what's going on?
Well, basically, you're talking about sex dolls and stuff.
Yes.
Well, I couldn't afford. I was in Amsterdam and I saw. I won't say it because it's a vulgar and rude word, but a mega something slut, and it was €500. And I thought I could never afford anything like that. So I thought. Oh,
so it was like a big sex doll.
A big sex doll without any arms and legs, if you're into that sort of thing.
How very odd.
I know, and so it made me think, though, and it made me think about going back and making my own. And the trouble is, I made my own, and it was of a TV personality, Vernon Kay, and I think it's unhealthy, and I can't stop it.
Okay, so you fancy Vernon Kay.
Yes.
And you got one of these blow-up dolls or something?
No, I made like out of papier-mâché.
Okay.
And a bit cheap, like a cheaper version, not rubber or anything. And basically I think it's really stopping me from going off and actually meeting people on Grindr and things like that.
Okay, now, you can have both, a lot of people have their sex toys at home, their sex dolls or whatever, and they also get out and about and meet people. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, are you worried because you kind of really find Vernon Kay attractive that you're always going to look for a man who looks like Vernon, or I don't know?
He's very dishy. I mean, I didn't have enough papier-mâché to make him fully because he's very tall, so I've only again done like half the body, but I just think it's a bit like I maybe just need to get out more, but I just can't, when I'm on my own and I'm a bit lonely, I just get on top of my papier-mâché Vernon Kay.
Oh gosh, I wonder if Vernon's listening.
Oh, well, I hope he is, because maybe he'd like the real thing.
Oh, well, we know he's not gay. We know he's straight and married. But what I'd say to you, Pat, is that sometimes people feel that they're being stopped by like a little bit of an obsession they have with someone.
Yeah, I think that's the case. I get very obsessional about celebrities, Dr. Pam.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then maybe your Vernon doll is holding your back in that sense. And have you been on Grindr before?
Yes, but there's none like Vernon.
Okay, but have you had any fun with the guys you've met?
No, I've had one man, an older guy, looked a bit like Nigel Havers, but that was a no-no. So no, I really compare it to Vernon to. It's hard going, Dr. Pam.
Yeah, well, the problem is, Pat, I think that you really need to address the fact that you have this kind of obsession with Vernon. And that you can say, that's okay. I'm going to acknowledge the fact that I really fancy him and men who look like him. And Nigel Havers seems to be kind of second best to that. But then say, that's kind of in one box of my life. And then my other box, I'm actually going to give other people a chance.
I don't want to know what's in Pat's boxes. I really sorry, we've got chocolate now, guys.
Oh, good idea.
It's our celebratory party. It's a Twix and a Boost.
He got a fleshlight for his birthday, didn't he?
How do you know what that is?
Oh, come on.
What? But he didn't say that.
Told us that, though, didn't he?
Oh, he did tell us that, yeah. If you want to go posh, put on a glove or a Johnny. That's it. You don't need special equipment.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So that's Dr. Pam's show Saturday night between 9 and 12. You can get more of that kind of stuff. Other shows on the weekend, of course, Bob Mills. So I've not listened to Bob Mills for ages. We've sort of been doing stuff Sundays. Anyway, Bob Mills, 7 till 10, followed by the...
Howard Hughes.
I'm Howard Hughes, and tonight we're talking time travel. Have you ever travelled through time?
Has Pat phoned him up?
Don't know, Pat.
Have you?
Should do. Here's the challenge, Pat. If we can get a recording of you on every talk radio show that has a phone-in feature, then we'll buy you a bag of chips. How's about that? There you go. There we go. But you got to play it subtle. You got to play it subtle, and don't no one grass up all the other shows. Don't grass up us up to the other shows. That's what we're doing. We want Pat to get on every show on Talk Radio. How's about that? And all you lot, well, if you hear it, don't go tweeting about it, and because someone will tell a producer, or will tell a boss, who'll say, yeah, it's a nice idea, but don't do it. Or another presenter might find out, and she won't let them on her hate-filled rant show. So just keep this as our little secret, okay? That would be absolutely awesome. Hear about the priests that walked into a pub and they got turfed out because they thought it was a stag do, thought it was a load of blokes on a stag do. Just 7 priests wanted a pint.
Yeah, one of them had just passed his exams or something, hadn't he?
Priest exams?
Yeah. You have to pass an exam. You have to get certificates.
Do you really?
Mm-hmm.
To be a priest?
Yeah.
Do they do a CRB check now?
I
would
believe
think so.
they would,
You would
yeah.
think so. You would think so. What exam do you have to do a priest? First question, do you believe in God?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
the key.
Standard.
That's the key question.
Yeah. Do you believe in the virgin birth is another one.
And then
it's vicar voice. You have to be able to do the vicar voice.
And then they
Dearly
do...
beloved.
What?
That one.
Oh, wait, Derek Nemo. Then they put in some nuanced questions that are a bit vague.
Yeah.
Do you like the colour pink? Are you good at decorating? Do you like disco music? And if you know what I'm saying, they just don't.
Yeah, but that's never been.
Do they allow that now, gay priests?
I think you're allowed to have the inclination. You're just not allowed to follow through.
Wowzers.
I went to a Catholic baptism once.
Yeah.
It went on for ages. Have you ever been to one of those?
I don't think I've been to a
Catholic one. Oh, flipping it, they don't half wang on.
I've been. I've taken the blood of Christ.
Yeah.
And
I never have.
Oh, I've done it because I thought it would be a lot. Where did we? But I think ours was C of E.
Yeah,
because they do it in C of E. It's not just Catholics, but it was when we were getting married and you had to go to the church a few times, which I didn't mind doing. I quite enjoyed. And I went up and had. Is it Holy Communion in the C of E?
Yeah.
And but because I don't drink wine, they. Now, maybe you don't drink the blood in the C of E. Maybe you just have the wafer.
No, you do, but you have to put your hand out for it. And I wasn't confirmed, so I always thought I wasn't allowed to do that, so I never take it. I always keep my head down.
I think they gave me Ribena. Not sure. Good evening, Lester.
Hello, folks.
What did you call us?
Folks.
Oh, I thought you said blimey.
Yes.
I thought, it's not what it sounded like. Blimey. My heart skipped a beat then. What you got for us, boss?
It's about body parts stashed away.
Oh, were you the one that tweeted us saying, what was the question about body parts?
Yeah,
he needed clarification to make sure that his answer fitted in.
And of course, there was that moment of recognition. Oh, yes.
Yes, I did hear it correctly, and I do have somebody. I am a serial killer, and under the lino in the kitchen, and behind the bath. Go on, Lester, what you got, mate?
Well, it's body parts that I tried to stash away and failed.
Oh,
this is awful. Are you sure you want to confess this on the radio? Go on.
Yeah. I was circumcised as an adult.
Is this going? Where is this going?
I think I know where it's going, and so do you.
Already, this is the best call we've had in weeks.
Well, I had this idea. Now you'll probably find this funny. The doctor didn't. I had this idea of putting in a perspex keyring with a gold ring through it, so I could say to people, "Here, I've had my foreskin pierced. Look."
Oi.
Right. We'll carry on the show. Can I ask why you got it done as an adult?
Yeah, it would have been on tight side.
Bit tight, little bit tight. Okay, these things happen. Yeah. These things happen, guys. Okay, and so what did the doctor say?
Well, you know, they come round beforehand, like to ask you any questions, what have you.
Yeah.
Well, I asked him if I could have it back after.
Yeah, you wanted to keep your foreskin.
And it's part of me. Why not? But he just looked at me, shook his head, and said the NHS don't accommodate weirdos, and then walked off.
I think you'll find the NHS do accommodate weirdos, for crying out loud. Here's the thing I don't get. I don't understand why that seems to me a perfectly reasonable request.
It's only like chopping a bit of your neighbour's bush off and then throwing it back over the fence.
We're not talking about bushes. This is more serious.
But it was only after he'd walked away, that's when I realised I didn't tell him why. I just asked if he could have it back when he'd done with it.
Right, he didn't know you wanted it for a keyring.
So I have no idea what he thought I wanted it for.
Yeah.
None of his business is yours.
Oh, I do all kind of jokes with it. I would stick it on with blue tack, And then when I was making love to a lady, I'd go, oh no, my foreskin's fallen off. I'd do all of that stuff. So you didn't get to keep it then?
No, they won't give it back.
That's so weird, because it's literally a part of you.
Yeah.
That's weird. Are they allowed to do that?
They're probably making another person with it.
Yeah, it's possible. Were you awake? What's squeaking?
My foot.
Yeah, all right. Were you awake for it, or is it a general anaesthetic?
Nah, it was a general.
And was it a bit, a bit... Did you have a sore willy when you woke up?
Agony.
Oh.
Really?
Let's just say every time you kind of mind wandered a bit.
Oh.
You were in pain.
Did you have to rub a cream on it? Did they provide that, or did you?
No, it was just...
Wow.
I had to think about... I mean, I did go to the doctors, and again, a different doctor, he just laughed at me when I went in.
What?
And I asked if I could get some bromide.
You didn't really?
I did.
What, to take the edge off of your urges?
And he just laughed and said, that's an urban myth, and there's no we can give you.
Well, blimey, I'm on a very rare occasion, I'm speechless. I do think it's incredible.
So what, the advice is just to leave it alone, don't pick it?
Pretty much.
Don't pick it, it'll never heal. How long, I'm going to ask a direct question, because that's what we're famous for here.
Leicester's up for it.
How long before you could get a pain-free erection?
Well, it was a good month and a half.
Yeah.
If not a bit longer. They were dissolving stitches.
Yep.
And I just had to wait until because obviously every now and again they'd be pulled on involuntarily. I'm trying to keep this PG rated, because I know there's probably people eating a breakfast in some parts of the world at the moment.
Someone's probably eating a sausage.
Yep.
Exactly.
Some pork scratching.
Thank you for that, Lester. It really is my favourite call for a long time. Thank you, mate.
No problem. Catch you later, folks.
Cheers. Bye-bye. This reminds me, over the past week or so, I've had cause to eat 2 frankfurters. What is the skin on those? Because it's a very strange texture when you pierce it with your teeth, isn't it?
Did you get it from Leicester's doctor?
I got it from a renowned butcher. No, it's a very strange sausage, isn't it?
It's like plastic, isn't it, really?
Nothing is that smooth.
No.
And you pierce it. It's a weird sensation. Lester, thank you, mate. 0344 499 1000. New and newish callers only. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
Uncut, after-hours conversation for the up-all-night generation. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
This is what I love about this show. One of the many things I love about this show and about you, dear audience, right? And I don't think I've ever had it so directly as this, right? Whenever we've had a few authors on. Oh, by the way, Matt Haig is coming tomorrow night. I should have said that earlier on. Matt Haig, author of How to Stop Time, his new book, Reasons to Stay Alive, The Humans, and those brilliant books about Christmas, A Boy Called Christmas and I believe A Girl Called Christmas. He's going to be in the studio tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. But we've had some really good writers on, like Matt Haig, like the postcards the guy whose name escapes me. I heard him on Radio 4 the other day. It's like, oh, I used to know him. Like Will Storr, and singers and writers like Imani and Nerina. And I always say, I've been saying recently to the people that come on, and I don't think they necessarily believe it, I say, look, if you come on, we've got a really, intelligent audience that are up for trying new stuff. I guarantee you'll sell at least 3 copies of the thing that you're hawking. And I've had about at least half a dozen messages on Twitter and Facebook from people saying, love Nerina, I've just ordered the new album, or I had it on pre-order anyway, or I've never heard of her, I've just ordered a couple of albums.
Do you know what I think it is?
Yep.
It's this policy we have of not getting people on that we don't believe in.
Yep.
So you know that we're not telling you to, go and buy something that we wouldn't buy ourselves.
Oh God, we get all of the usual. Such and such is selling. When we got Bill Oddie in, we didn't know he had a book. We just got him in, and it was just as we were going on. He said, "Have they sent you a copy of the book? The book, Bill? Sorry, what's that?" But I'm still angling to get sent a copy. But it's such a joy to just go through my Twitter, and I've posted the link on Facebook as well. And literally, at least half a dozen people say, I've ordered that now. Thank you.
Yeah.
0344 499 1000. Robin Ince is playing the game. He's tweeted. Let me just tweet. That counts. We're asking, have you ever broken a mum or dad's bone? He says, I pulled my grandmother off a chair. She's a mum. I pulled my grandmother off a chair when pulling a Christmas cracker and broke her wrist. I pulled my grandmother off a chair when pulling a Christmas cracker and broke her wrist. Robin Ince is up in Edinburgh at the moment doing, I think he's got 2 shows on. Remind me tomorrow and I'll do a little plug for that because if you're up there, you might as well go and see it because it'll be funny.
Yeah. It's something to do with art, isn't it? Because he's been tweeting all these amazing paintings and things.
He's got a couple of shows on, and let me read. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll get all the PR stuff, and we'll plug those shows because that'll be worth doing. It sounds like 0344 499 1000. By the way, it sounds like the opening to a corny joke. Do you know what? I don't fancy doing this, actually. I'll tell you what we're going to do for the last 20 minutes of the show, because we take the break. Call straight to air. Sam, sit down. Sam, come and turn this microphone on and come and sit in the studio with us here, please. We'll take calls straight to air for the last 25 minutes. I don't want to go through these corny stories.
No need.
There's no need. So what we're going to do, we'll take calls straight to air, shall we? And anyone can call, new and old. You want to phone in and make a fart noise? You want to phone up and do a stupid song? You want to phone up and say the show's crap? You're very, very welcome. Come on. 0344 499 1000. Don't swear, don't be libelous. 7-second delay so I can dump anything naughty that you say. But we will take calls straight to air. Sam is joining us. Good evening, Sam.
Hello.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
How long have you been doing this now with us?
About 3-4 weeks.
How are you finding it?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, all right.
I think that's polite.
That's
for
non-committal.
a flipping nightmare.
It'll do. Apart from me shouting at you when we were up in Manchester and you were here, what have been the other low points?
Low points?
Yeah. But you can be honest. We can be honest.
I don't think there's been anything in particular. It's just little bits here and there. Especially the first couple of days were very...
Testing.
Thrown in at the deep end a bit, was it?
Yeah, a little bit.
A bit of people are playing. Let's go to line 1. Hello, line 1. You're on the air.
Hello there, Ian. Not first time call, second time call. Rang last week. Just want to say congratulations on getting more listeners in.
Thank you, mate. We are beyond thrilled.
I think you're fantastic. So you mean a lot to me. So well done,
mate. Well, listen. Thank you very much indeed. That means what you do. I'm always intrigued that this kind of last 20 minutes of the show. It's always a little bit weird. And I do wonder why are you up at this time of night, John?
I've been working. I was working till midnight, so...
Oh, okay. Are you home now?
I'm at home now, so...
How long does it take you? Because I could not sleep last night, and I was doing a Periscope at 4 o'clock in the morning. How long does it take you to unwind once you get home?
About half an hour, 40 minutes.
Oh, that's not so bad. What do you do, Kath, when you go home? What's your routine?
I try not to eat, because my inclination after an hour and a bit's drive is, make a butty. But there's no point, right? I've just got to go to bed. But actually, tonight, I really want to go home and watch Game of Thrones.
Oh, God, really?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, good call.
I've rediscovered Cocoa Pops. So last few nights I've been going home having a massive bowl of Cokies.
The thing is, right, I can't mess about...
Cokies.
You make it sound cooler. The thing is, because the kids are off school, I don't get my normal nap in the mornings. Yeah. So any messing about I might do ordinarily, I have to go to bed because I'm going to be up at this.
Sam, what time do you get home? Do you live nearby? How far away do you live?
I get home about 2.
Okay.
So reasonably near.
Whereabouts do you live?
Sick up in...
Oh, okay, yeah.
Southland.
What do you do when you get home? Go and smoke a bong, play on Xbox, go on Tinder?
Straight to bed.
Really?
Yeah.
Good lad. Well done. John, thank you for your call, mate.
Ian?
Yes, go on.
Can you hang up on me for no reason?
Why would you want me to do that?
Just
go away.
Pervert.
Let's go to... some of these people get off on this. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
Me?
Unfortunately...
Can you hear me?
Unfortunately, yes.
Speaking of perverts.
It sounds like Clive James, yes.
Something happened to me today. Something really strange.
Was it you getting drunk?
No, I don't drink, do I? I wouldn't touch it.
No, you now take it intravenously.
I wouldn't have it in the house. Ian, right, I made this appointment, right, about 2 weeks ago.
Yes, Andre.
To see the GP, yeah?
Yes, general practitioner, doctor, yes.
Yeah, so I bowled in, as you do.
Oh.
And I waited in the waiting room.
Yeah.
Quite nicely, yeah.
Quite nicely.
And my name was called, the buzzer went off.
Yeah.
In I strolled, yeah.
Yes.
Because I had a bit of a pain coming from me behind, yeah.
Here we go.
So I said,
Get ready for it.
Get ready
for it.
Wait for it.
Wait for it,
It's a
guys.
true
Wait for
story,
it.
By the way.
Wait for it, Sam.
It's a true story.
Okay.
It's a true story.
Yes.
And then the doctor said, yeah, what's up? And I said, well, I've got a question for you, actually, doctor. I said, how much money do you earn? Right, I said. I said, you must be on a fair bit, you know. He said, well, about 80 or 100,000 pound a year, just for sitting here and seeing people all day long. I thought, a bit much, but I said, well, all that money, do you need any more? And he said, well, as I say, I earn as much as I can and as much as I need.
We finish
and
at 1 o'clock, Andre, just to flag that up.
So I said, just in case you need any more, grab my behind. I've got piles.
There we go. That's lovely. It's a lovely image. Let's go to line 3. 3, you're on the wireless.
Hi, mate. You okay?
Hello?
Hello there.
That's you.
It's Nathan, it is, from Cardiff, yeah?
Hello, mate.
Hi, mate. Talking about funny things that happened, basically. I was pushing my grandmother up the pathway in a wheelchair.
Yes.
And basically the wheel went off the path.
Uh-oh.
And she ended up going flat in her face, breaking her nose.
Oi!
And she was covered in blood, so I thought, oh, bloody hell, here we go.
Yeah.
And I was pushing her to meet my girlfriend. It was my grandmother's birthday.
Yes.
So, like I say, I pulled her back out of the mud.
Yes.
Stuck her back in the wheelchair, and she's turned to me and she's gone, "You silly bugger!" And there's blood all over her face.
Yeah.
Her glasses are smashed and everything. It was a right mess.
Gosh, what an image. Then what happened?
Well, basically, she just gave me stares all the afternoon.
Are you sure she was giving you stares? Maybe she was concussed and was just looking into the distance.
No, she was giving me right old stares.
Thank you very much indeed. What a strange phone call. Line 4, you're on the wireless.
I love that rock and roll music, and I love to dance a cha-cha-cha.
Thank you very much indeed. But someone's listening. What line was
Juanitos.
that? What line was that? 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Line 6.
Hashtag 59k. Oh, yeah.
Line 7, you're on the wireless.
Good evening. I was wondering if you've ever taken out PPI.
Here's the thing. I don't think I have. And then I texted one of those companies recently, but then I've not responded to any of their calls. But I must have some somewhere.
I bet you have.
Well, I was thinking we could look into it for you, sir.
That'd be brilliant.
We could get you a substantial payout.
Hey, I'm in!
How does 129 and a free peach sound?
That doesn't sound brilliant. 129 sounds a little bit low for me. I don't know if I'd be interested in that.
How about I phone another 43 and a second load?
I'm not interested in that at all. Let's go to line 7. 7, you're on the wireless.
Hi, Ian. It's Nelson from the Norfolk.
Hey, Nelson. How you doing, man? Every single time that guy gets me. Can we trace his number? Can we trace that guy's number? Line 8, you're on the wireless.
Hi, diddly dee, listen to Ian Lee. He is on the radio, call him up and say hello. Hi, diddly dee, listen to Ian Lee.
Thank you very much. See if this. Hang on a minute. I'm going to take this call before we lose it. Line 8, you're on the wireless. Hello, caller.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
I'm glad to hear it.
Is this live?
This is live, yeah.
Oh, you put me on the hop. Well done.
No, you phoned in. Well done.
Oh, well done, Chris.
Well done to me more. Why are you making videos about my kids?
I'm not making videos about your kids.
Yes, you are.
I'm making...
No, you're not. You're making creepy, weird videos about my kids, and it's just and even by your standards, that's pretty shitty.
Have you actually watched them?
I've watched one of them, yeah. I just thought it was just weird. I don't know why you'd want to do that.
Oh, one of my favourite TV shows is Outnumbered.
No. Come on, dude. You know I'm cleverer than that. No. It's a weird thing. You don't phone for months. We don't hear from you for months. Then you pop up on Howard's show, and then you make a weird, creepy video about my kids.
No, it was.
Mate, I've seen it. Don't try and bullshit your way out of it. It's a weird. I'm not
bullshitting.
You are. It's a weird video about my kids. Me losing one of my kids, and I just wondered why that you've won awards for your help. Was it at the Egyptian Centre?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've won awards for your help at the Egyptian Centre. And yet you go, because I've read the news article and I've done a bit of research into it, and then you go and make videos about me losing a kid. It just seems a bit odd, mate.
Well, everyone loses a kid at some point.
Yeah, but not everyone who doesn't know that person makes a stop animation film about that person fictionally losing their child, do they? Particularly not someone who's won awards for their help at the Egyptian Centre.
This is why I don't call in for months on end, because...
Thanks very much. Let's go to...
Because you get owned.
Because you get destroyed. Line 9... Sorry, Sam. There's history there. Line 9, you're on the wireless.
No, congratulations, are in order.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, golly, oh, gosh, come lie on the couch with a nice bit of posh from Birmingham on Crouch. I met a girl called Janet, quite near the Isle of Thanet. She wasn't half a planet. Her mother tried to ban it. Her father helped me plan it.
What the Christ was that? Who's this? I'd like to speak to Iain, please. Iain? Oh, dear. Well, I guess it's just me and you, Frank Daniels.
Hi, David. Is that, would you like to speak to Iain?
Yes, please.
Okay, well, what I'll do is that I'll give you a call back in about 5-10 seconds, and I'll put you through to have a chat with him, okay?
Thank you.
No worries.
Hello?
Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, Bill. Hello, hey, Bill. It's Matt from Leeds, pal.
Hello, Matt.
Can I pick your brains? Hey, but you played a record, right? Last thing before you went off last night. What was it?
It was Nerina Pallot. It was her song Sophia that she played live for us. We played the whole interview out tonight at 11, and it'll be a podcast probably tomorrow, I'd imagine. Yep. You can get that on her album Fires.
Sophia. Fantastic. You're a gentleman.
Bless you, mate.
So much.
Thank you. People loved it. Where were you before this, Sam? Were you working before this rubbish?
I was working at Share Radio.
Now, what is this Share Radio? I've heard people...
Well, it's not is, it's was.
Oh. it's not... It's not that...
No.
More's the pity.
It wasn't Share.
No.
It was Share. What was it? I don't know. I've not heard of it.
It was like a business and finance station.
Oh, okay.
Stocks and.
Yes.
The fun guys. And did they... Was it all just talk?
Yes.
Okay. But how did you wind up over here?
Through a friend of a friend of some.
Yeah.
Down the line. I have no idea how I know.
Yeah.
Said person.
I think the best things happen through a friend of a friend of a friend. That someone passes on something to someone who passes it on to someone who then passes it to the person who ends up getting it. You know, I think that's a kind of a nice...
Unless it's like cold sores.
Yeah, herpes. It's a nice chain of events. We probably need to...
Yeah, I might have to go back in.
Well, do you want to do the maths? Let's put the breaks together. We'll do the maths. We're taking calls straight to air for the last few minutes. The dying moments of the show. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to... Hey! Sold two more tickets for the Lights Out. There we go. Sold 2 more tickets. Because I don't know what it's going to be, or if it's going to work, or, who's going to... Hey, we sold 2 more tickets. Thank you. But it'll be a lot of fun. Be a lot of fun just lying in the dark for an hour listening. You're coming, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll come.
Yeah, coming, good. Oh, it might not be good. It might be rubbish. That's the joy of it. That's the joy of it. It's going to be, it's a long time since I've done a performance art piece. And it's all about how we interpret radio and how we listen to stories and how our brain fills in the blanks. Or it's about nothing. How's about them apples? 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. I'm so, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I do, one of my, being the radio geek that I am, I do wish I'd have got to have met Mike Dickin once. You love Mike Dickin. I phoned him a couple of times. I pranked him a couple of times.
Did you ask him how he was?
No, I didn't.
I used to love listening to that, especially when people fell into that trap.
My health is not in question.
Oh, God, he's...
I wonder if...
He was furious most of the time, wasn't he?
He was a very angry man. I wonder if it's... hang on a minute. I'll play you a little bit of it. Here we go. Oh, we might... Hang on. We've got time for this. Here we go. This is me phoning Mike Dickin years and years ago.
Mike is there. Mike, good morning.
Good morning, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Not Tony.
Just to say, point of interest, I was actually conceived in a Morris 1000.
And here's a tip on if you want to do a prank call, right? Get them on side straight away. Talk about what they're talking about and say something relevant. He was talking about Morris Minors, and I said, I was conceived in a Morris Minor. Boom, straight in there.
You can get up to Nookie in there, apparently.
Well, you see, I know one or two people that have been conceived in cars.
Oh, really?
Including bubble cars.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
And then your children, were they conceived in there?
One of them was, yes.
Oh,
See? Now that is a brilliant revelation! By the way, I'm off my face when I'm doing this. What a revelation to get from him. One of his kids was... We're phoning up about the millennium. This is about 1999, OK?
The Biden.
It is.
I'm phoning up to talk about the millennium. I think the millennium is an absolutely fantastic idea.
Well, the millennium is not an idea, it's a fact of chronology.
Yeah, and whoever thought of it is a genius, I think, because the fact that, the first number is going up one... It should be celebrated. Let's build a dome. Let's have a party.
Now, what I'm saying
Let's build a dome, let's have a party.
Because I'm saying it's going from 1999 to 2000, so the first number is going up one to 2, making it 2000. That's what I'm saying. That's the rubbish I'm coming out with. I love this.
It should be celebrated. Let's build a dome. Let's have a party.
Yeah. So are you sure when the millennium is?
Yeah. It's the first number is going up one. And then the
From where?
Sorry?
From where to where?
Going from up... The very first number is going up from 1 up to 2.
Yeah.
You see? And I think, let's build a dome, let's have cakes and pies and drink, and let's celebrate it and let's dance.
But is it 1999? The last day thereof. Please turn your radio off. It's creeping up and I can hear it. Or is it the last day of the year 2000?
Well, there's that debate. It's the year 2000. We celebrate the last day of 1999. I think that's...
So, the last day of 1999, when we start the year 2000, at midnight, that's the millennium, is it?
As far as I'm concerned, Mike, yes. And I've told all my friends...
You can't start on 0.
I've told all my friends now. I've booked...
Yeah. See, I think the millennium starts on the last day of the year 2000.
I would say... Well, that does make sense, actually. I've booked a hall now, dear.
Oh, you haven't, have you? Well, you're in cakes and buns.
Well, cakes and some pies. I've got an Elvis impersonator booked. It's all going to be very special. I've got it a year early.
Yeah.
There's got to be some way around that. I don't know.
Well, why don't you book it again, in case you don't get it right first time? You have a whole year to practice.
Yes, that's it. My balls are full of sperm.
Oh.
That's good. We'll do that, I think, yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, we'll do that. It'd be a good idea.
Yeah. Whatever he said. Yeah. What an interesting idiot.
He's right.
He's right. He's absolutely right. And God, I would love to have. Imagine if Mike Dickin was doing a slot here. I would love to shake the great man's hands. Of course, he's passed away a long time ago, and he handled that perfectly. Let's just take this call. Last call of the night. Good evening, line 1.
Hello. I've got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
I think I've just witnessed a bike being stolen.
Yes.
I was on a bike myself.
Yes.
What would you do? I went to the police station, which I thought was nearby, but it was shut.
Yeah.
These things tend to be shut these days.
Yes.
What would you do?
I would phone up a speech-based radio station and ask their opinion.
Well, I've already done my action.
Well, then we're thinking alike. We're thinking alike. It's as simple as that.
101, I would say.
Trust you to ruin the gag
What?
and the joy of the moment. Square.
He rings us for advice in his time of need, and what do? You ridicule him.
No, I make it quite esoteric. That's it. Thanks for listening. Back tonight at 10 with Matt Haig. Till then, ta-ta.